Cerealis.
This is Torri.
And this is
Bitch, Let's Talk.
So for Pop Top World this week, I'm very excited to get into these announcements. So Jay-Z is going to partner with Long Island University in Brooklyn to create the Rock Nation School of Music, Sports, and Entertainment. And I think they're going to enroll starting in the fall. I'm assuming everything's going to be online because Lord knows outside is just not, you can't go outside, child. And so they're going to actually focus on performance, entrepreneurship, music, of course, sports, and business management. And so they're going to have a wide range of different professors and different celebrities to come and speak and do all these amazing things. So, you know, Jay-Z can do no wrong. He's my favorite rapper, but I love his activism. And he's so low-key. Like, we don't know what the fuck be going on with Jay-Z. And him and his wife just be like, hello.
We going to do this.
We got shit.
It. Yeah.
We just going to let you enjoy this greatness. You either going to be a part of it or you're not.
And then like they do it like overnight. Like I'm surprised that he didn't open up the school like one day and then the next day it's public. That's how they moving. But I love it though.
I really do love it. Yeah. So I'm very excited. I'm curious to see what it's about. I know they're going to have some scholarships available for people. So stay tuned for that. I think if you go online, there should be something for people. I have no idea how much tuition is going to cost. I don't know.
I can't wait to see this.
I'm like, I don't want to go back to college, but if they got a couple of classes,
yeah,
you know, I think this is definitely, you know, very important because unfortunately the way four-year institutions are set up, they don't give you the life experience needed in order for you to succeed in these different careers. So I'm very excited. So shout out to Jay-Z for his greatness. So Crown and Hops is a LA-based craft brewery. They are one of the 60 that are in the United States, and it is Black-owned. It is founded by Benny Ashburn and T.O. Hunter. And they are actually doing something for the COVID-19 with everything going on. So they're actually raising $100,000 to support different Black owners and helping them out that's in that craft brewery space. Mm-hmm. So if you want to know more about it, they actually have an IG page that you can go to, and it's 8 as like the number Trail Pills. And so they're trying to, you know, help people out in this horrendous time, Black entrepreneurs. So if you guys are interested, you know, check them out and see if you qualify.
Can we give it up for all the Black entrepreneurs that 2020 has like manifested? Like this is amazing. Yes. I know that we've had like a pandemic, but it's so amazing to see so many, you know, even big businesses, you know, coming up and being better. This is amazing.
You know, the strife is what creates character. Mm-hmm. You know, it's not when things are going great. So shout out to the people who are making lemonade, and they don't even have no damn lemons.
Good one. Yes.
Shout out to them. So yeah, thank you, Crown and Hops, for contributing to that because we definitely need more partnerships and we need more collaborations
and support
and some more support, you know, for our Black entrepreneurs. And I just saw an article that since COVID, that Black entrepreneurship, like the spending has increased about 35%.
Yeah.
So, you know, investing into these businesses, you know, is so important.
Really making a difference.
You know, so I'm very excited to see the future of Black entrepreneurship, you know, in the next 5-10 years. Very excited. So congratulations are in order for Keke Palmer, Lizzo, and Meg Thee Stallion. So Keke Palmer is going to be joining the new Disney reboot for the Proud Family, which is going to be Louder and Prouder. And she's going to play Maya Jenkins. She's a 14-year-old activist that's going to be a part of the show. Okay. I still don't know when the hell this is coming out. I'm still watching the old shit.
Okay, I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about it. I don't know, like spin up, like is Keke? I mean, not Keke Palmer. Is what's her name?
Kyla Pratt.
Is Kyla Pratt gonna be in it?
Yes, everyone is in it besides Orlando Brown. Like I don't know who's gonna be stinky, but
I need to see. That's like what I'm most like curious about. Like where my man Orlando at? Like
only in America,
girl.
If y'all have not seen that video, I'm telling you, it will bless your whole entire life. He was very adamant about being an American citizen. It's hilarious. So yeah, I don't know when it's going to start, but she's going to be a part of it, and I'm very excited.
I like it.
And not only that, she's also going to be the host of the VMAs this year for the 2020 VMAs. It's going to be her and True Jackson. So I'm very happy for her because, you know, her show got canceled. she spoke out about some Black Lives Matter situations, and all of a sudden the show got canceled with her and Michael Strahan and whoever the other person is.
That happened to Gab Union too. She says she was on, I forget which show.
America's Got Talent?
Yeah, America's Got Talent, and she was
that show that was on, I think it was ABC.
Yep.
That daytime television show.
Yeah. It was like a morning show.
It was a morning show, yep. It got canceled.
Yep.
Exactly. The same face that I made.
Yeah.
So I'm just glad that sis is collecting her coins, and she's not going to let these white people stop her from getting to the bag. So shout out to Keke Palmer. And also for Miss Lizzo, she actually just landed her first look deal with Amazon Prime. Yep. So she's going to be working with different TV projects, in the coming future exclusively with Amazon Prime Video. So I have no idea what it's going to be about. I just hope it's going to be a whole bunch of like plus size shit. I hope it's going to be like a whole bunch of big girl shit, because I just think that we just don't have any ownership or just any view, representation, nothing, and it's always like, if you're fat, you got to be funny, and that's it.
It's annoying.
It's so annoying. We talk about that, so if you guys want to check out the later episode for Fat Girls versus Lizzo, we talk about that. But shout out to Lizzo. I'm very excited to see. I feel like she's going to do like a musical. She seems
I can see her playing clarinet.
I can see her. Like this. Yeah.
Doesn't she have a musical?
Theatrical.
That's what I think.
She have a musical theater background too. Like she did that in high school. Yeah.
So her antics, I'm a quote, antics kind of makes sense. Like everything, makes sense. Like
I would love to see something like that, like something about like Black Broadway or something.
I would like that.
I saw a couple of years ago when she came to the festival that's out in Columbia that used to happen.
Oh yeah.
Oh, she was good. Like
at the Pavilion.
Was it Broccoli Fest? No,
it wasn't Broccoli Fest. This was.
Well, you right.
But no, it was right at the beginning of the pop, and I was like, oh yeah, girl, do your thing.
I like Lizzo.
She's amazing.
I enjoy her confidence. So shout out to you, Lizzo. I'm very proud of you. And my girl, Meg Thee Stallion, just booked the Revlon deal as the global ambassador. It's going to be a hot girl summer again.
In every continent. Look.
I love it. And it's crazy because the WAP video that she did with Cardi B, I just found out that she actually did her own makeup, and she looked fire. So I'm just very excited.
I'm going to say, how many endorsements does she have at this point? She's an ambassador for Fenty. She's an ambassador for Revlon. And I feel like I read that she's an ambassador for something else, but I can't figure it out. I'm going to get it. She's doing good, though, and I'm proud of her.
I'm very proud of her, especially with everything that's happening with the shooting. Oh, my God, this Torri Lane situation, but... You just can't hold us back. You can't hold us down. We won't prosper, and that's going to be the end of that. So I'm very, very, very excited for all these Black women that's winning. So for our Black Magic this week, film director Nia DaCosta will be directing the sequel to the Captain Marvel movie. She's also the director for the upcoming horror film for Candyman. She's doing the reboot with Jordan Peele, my guy. And she's actually going to be the first Black female director ever for the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
That's
wow.
Right, I'm saying that's exciting, but what the hell?
Wow. They've been out for how long?
Yeah.
Exactly. So
like too damn long.
So the movie is set to release July 8th, 2022. Candyman has been pushed back, for various reasons for COVID and stuff like that. But for the date for it now is October 16th. Which would have made sense. It was supposed to come out June 12th, but it's a horror film. Come out Halloween.
And it's Candyman. Like,
exactly. You had to.
Scare the children.
Yes. I don't think I would be scared. I think I'll enjoy it, but I'm very excited. So shout out to you, Nia. I'm always a big advocate for women in film. There's something about being behind the camera that we do not talk about or discuss. And we just need more of it. We just need more directors. We need more writers. We need to talk about cinematography and how movies are made. So I'm not discrediting the actresses or anything like that, but it's a man's world when it comes to film and developing film and how it looks, so we just need more women, especially Black women in that. So
in
thank
that
you.
Space, and Marvel, like
exactly. That's life changing. Ryan Coogler did, Black Panther, and that was amazing. You saw how that did. So imagine what's about to happen. So I'm very, very excited.
I'm excited too.
Yeah. Shout out to you, Nia. Candyman better be good though.
I think it is. I saw the trailer for it, and I was a little. I don't. My thing with horror films are weird, so I'm not scared anymore. So I was looking at it like, oh, it creeped me out. Us creep me the fuck out though. But Candyman, I think it's going to be good. I think it's going to be good.
Did you see the original?
Yes, I had to.
Did you like it?
I ain't gonna say that because I don't know how many black people really didn't see it, but I liked it. Yeah, I was scared of shit back then. You never saw it? Damn.
I don't
See?
like scary movies.
Yeah, I didn't.
Wow.
No, it was a staple. Like, we had to watch Thriller. We had to watch Candyman.
Wait, who was forcing you to watch horror?
My family. We had to watch Chucky
didn't.
because you know what is the saying in a black house? Oh, if you scared it's the devil, and you gonna watch this scary movie. That's what.
My mother was like, you watch this on your own will.
No they
one's
made us watch
forcing you.
that.
I hate scary movies.
I do too.
I'm obsessed.
But
I
I
had
watch.
to watch scary movies during the day.
Okay,
And that's boring.
no.
Too much light.
That's what I said.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So the demons to the devil can't come get.
I'm gonna see
I
you
don't think
coming.
the light stops him.
I don't think because I'm gonna say in Candyman. But see,
Listen.
in Candyman, the trailer, it was like some parts in the movie where it was light outside and they was still getting like whacked.
Now, Candyman didn't scare me, but the concept of Bloody Mary did, even though Bloody Mary is
Right.
the same as the Candyman.
Candyman, yup.
But I don't know, some of that Bloody Mary child, that tore my little ass up.
Getting into like, yeah, I'm not about to say.
But
nobody
Candyman,
name.
I was like, Bloody Mary, bitch, I was out. You said it once, bitch, I'm out the door.
Gone.
I'm out the door.
I got to the fourth one. I was.
So what? You supposed to say it 3 times?
Well, I thought it was 5 times.
Child, you about to conjure something else.
See,
I don't
I probably
know.
did that because I said her name again. And she probably was like, "Oh, bitch, you think I'm playing? Okay, you said it one more time." I thought it was 5 times.
Baby, it's supposed to be 3.
Oh wow. Oh no, Lord.
She was making sure she had.
Listen, she needed confirmation.
She was like, "Did you hear me?"
I wish I could
What
see
you
my
see?
face now. Nothing. Because I was like a fourth, bye, going. Like nothing happened. Like
Child,
the door
she
ain't
was
shut
supposed
on
to
me.
come- she was supposed to come at the 3, sis.
But my light was on, so maybe I ain't conjure her the right way. Like, I
No,
probably needed some candles and some.
You gotta turn that light off.
See, no, hell no. I'm
Oh, you
alone.
ain't even do it right. Not only did you say it to me, times you had the light on.
Yeah. See?
That's not how that works.
At least I knew. Like,
Baby, I
wasn't
was
playing.
in the dark by myself like an idiot because I'm an only child. So
Okay.
I had to learn how to play by myself.
Okay.
I was in the bathroom at my aunt's house. I said it one time. I thought I saw something in the mirror. It could have been my black ass. But I was out the door. I was like, I'll never do this shit again. Ever.
Wow.
My friends did it. Say it one time, bitch, I'm out. Y'all on y'all own. If she
See?
fuck y'all up, it's gonna be on y'all. It will not be on me.
People used to do that in the school bathroom.
Yes.
Then they would turn the light off on you.
And it be
And
dark
then they
as shit
would
because no
say-
windows in there.
Oh no,
no,
I
no,
never
no.
had that experience in the school
Seriously?
bathrooms.
Oh
Yeah,
my
no.
god.
Oh no.
But I went to Walbrook, so we didn't go to the bathrooms. Like that's
Okay, it makes
no,
sense. It
no,
makes sense.
yeah,
It makes
that's
sense.
the whole
Oh,
thing.
for the people that don't know about Walbrook,
Yeah.
that's not a place you want to do that. If somebody
don't
turn the
even
lights out on
exist.
you in the
You in
bathroom,
trouble.
you in big trouble.
Yeah,
You in
you don't
trouble.
go
That's
to
not
the
a good
bathroom
You might want to call 911
before you go to the bathroom.
Exactly. Just to be on the safe side, child. You don't want that to happen. So for our panel discussion for this week, I'm doing this 12-part series, what it means to be black in America. And this week we're talking about the unprotected black woman. And I know this is going to make so many people
I wish I
upset.
could make a drum roll.
And I have some beautiful ladies with me. So before we get started, I just want to introduce them. So we have Regina. Hello.
Hey.
And we have my spiritual advisor, Coco Alexa.
Hey.
Hello, ladies. Thank you so much for being a part of the show. My spirit is heavy. Child.
Listen, before we start, I wish I could have been here before we actually went on air because the conversation in here was really deep and it was moving and touching.
Yes, it really was. Stuff was already shifting before
Yes.
we even hit the record button.
Yeah, so we're just trying to let you know, like, sit down, brace yourself. I hope you got your coffee, your tea.
We got our tissues ready.
Yes, we got our tissues ready. So we prepared over here. So like,
yes, and the reason behind this, I think, because we are so undervalued and because we are not being seen, this episode is very important to me because as a black woman, I don't see us in having these real conversations amongst one another.
So what would you say, kitchen table talks?
Exactly. And so we about to bring you on the inside. So brace yourselves. And to the white people that DM'd me last week, I do have white friends. I'm not going to name your names, but I said last week that I didn't have any white friends, and I do. And I just want to say that I love y'all, and it wasn't, personal. And the people that I offended, I don't care. But my actual white friends that I said, when I said I didn't have white friends, I'm sorry. I love y'all.
It did not have to be this awkward.
Look, I only giggle because my white friend goes through it. Like,
really?
Yeah, but I love him though. I love everything about him.
Well, no, I said last week that I didn't have white friends. They were questioning me.
But I'll say it in
been.
his face as he's saving me from the world that he don't exist, and he'll go, Reggie. Okay, but you don't count.
But you should already know I'm not talking about you.
Right,
exactly.
So I understand the sentiment. I love him to death, though. When he hear this, I'm sorry.
I'm not talking about you.
If you know that if you're friends with me, you know how I feel about you, and that's the end of that. And the people that I offended, I don't care.
And to his point, he do prove himself, though. He do step up.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. You got to show up.
To call himself an ally or not, because we had that conversation. He steps up for my life. So that's all I can
I'm say, speaking on that, Sarita, we have a mutual friend, which is one of your close friends.
Yep.
Put us in a group message, and she's of Asian descent, correct?
She's Laotian.
Laotian, thank you. She sent us a text and was like, you know what, I'm going to have these conversations for y'all. I'm going to stand up for you. I'm going to make sure that, my black friends are, like, taken care of by me. Like, I'm going to do my part. And that was, I cried that day. Like, that shit was so loving and touching and amazing. She even thought of me. You get what I'm saying? I understand what she thought about you, but she thought of me, too, to be like, listen, like, I got you. I know times are hard.
You need to have friends that show up for you.
Yeah.
And when they don't show up for you, they're not your friend. A friend is an extension of who you are at your soul, and so if they don't show up for you, you're not my friend. I don't give a fuck I don't care what we've been through. I'm telling you right now, if you do not show up for me, especially somebody outside my race, if you don't show up for me, if you're not a representative for me, I don't fuck with you. Yeah. And it's just really simple.
That's how it feel. I feel like that's how it needs to be. We have to start, whoever's the enemy is the enemy.
Yep.
And once you're deemed that, you're deemed that. So it's like, if you're going to be an ally, that's fine. But, like, as soon as I see you doing some shady shit, you got to go. Yep. I can't trust you.
We need to see action.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? You can say
I don't want your words.
I don't want your words.
Right.
Yeah, we need to see action, baby.
I don't want to see... I got to see it. Don't tell me nothing. So I'm just going to go around the room first and, say, why do you think black women are unprotected?
So first, let me reintroduce myself, because I go by Regina Gina G professionally when I'm doing the speaking stuff. And so I want people to understand that I think it's a circle. It's a recidivism thing, right? Like, we as black women don't show ourselves enough for our black little boys who grow up to be black men to understand enough. So they pick the wrong black women. So it's a circle. That starts with self, and I'm only saying that because I had to sit down with myself about 5 years ago and be like, Regina, I don't fuck with you. Like, I just don't.
Yeah, that's real.
You not doing things that I fuck with. You're not the person who I believe should be in your skin. And let's deal with that, and let's do that heavy lifting. And so now here I am 5 years later, being able to say in a nutshell, if you're asking me to give it to you in a soundbite, it's a recidivism issue that we all need to start with ourselves to bleed out.
I think that we've been brainwashed and conditioned so badly that not only do we don't realize that we hate ourselves, but how much the world hate us too. And although we are commercially accepted, we don't realize that they're making fun of us and they don't stand with us. They emulate us, but they can't stand us. They love the way we look and still hate us to our core. So I think for us, our value is to be an accessory, but not to be a warrior, not to be respected, and not to be a woman. We're supposed to accept, be quiet, and allow people to just take from us, even though we are the mother of all things. And that is something that we need to start discussing and changing.
Okay, so I guess I would say, I think that to kind of piggyback up both of you said, I'm sorry, we have been kind of taught to be a thing as a black woman. And a lot of it, again, starts with stuff and what we see from our black women and the men that treat our black women a certain way. So I think that's just really it for me. Like, just with how conditioned we are. We have strayed so far from our roots that, not to get off topic, but people who think voodoo is crazy when it's really an African religion. You get what I'm saying? We so far strayed away. So they can give us anything about black women, and a lot of black women will eat it up and who think that that's them. So I think that's why, we are not respected. We don't even know our own worth sometimes.
Yep.
I feel like being a double minority is hard. Because it's like, okay, I'm black, but I'm also a woman. So,
Good one.
yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Good
like,
one.
It's hard. Like, so it's the double whammy of like when I'm going, in certain spaces, like I'm invisible. Like you don't see me. I can't tell you how many times people have tried to walk through me.
Ooh.
Oh,
Jesus.
Am I not standing here?
Am I not here? Like, do you not see? And I peep that, but when I, look to see, like, did you see that? Oh, I ain't see nothing.
Getting blatantly ignored.
Yeah. Blatantly ignored. So I think for me that is
being a double minority.
Yeah.
That double minority. Yeah.
So I'm just going to get right into this because, I have a lot of black male friends, and the question that I asked them is, why do y'all hate us so much? Excuse me. And they're like, we don't hate you.
That's the first thing they say.
We don't hate. We love you. We love your curves. We love your pussy. Yeah. We love y'all.
You like the idea of us. That's
It is the ideology. You have none of these niggas take responsibility for what it means to protect, love, and provide for a black woman. And unfortunately, we have allowed social media and music and
loving hip-hop
all this stuff
like
influence how black women should be treated and valued. And I just need all of that shit to change because it's all fucking toxic.
So I guess I'll just dissent a little bit, only because I think that's loaded to think that black men don't care about us. I think we don't all speak the same language. Because like you said, I do care about you, and then I'm telling you the fucking things that I care about. Your ass, your pussy, your this. Because to some degree, that's all I think you might have value in. Because you haven't taken the time to find out what my black ass as a man value, so you don't know what the fuck you bring to the table. I know as a woman, I value pussy. And so in you as a woman, I value your pussy.
I do value and protect you in that sense. Makes sense.
Because as I said before we started recording, I'm the oldest girl of big ass black men, right? Like these are 6'8" and 6'10" men respectively. And so when I walk the streets with my little brothers, people think that I'm their woman, but they don't understand that when these men respect me, it's because of my positioning in our family, because these are some male motherfucking chauvinists too, right? I'm just in the position of power for them to give a fuck about me. But we sit down and I go, nigga, you need to give a fuck about me beyond being your sister, beyond being the bitch who will kill a bitch for you, beyond being the bitch who beat your mama ass for you. You gotta love me because I'm a black woman who, as you said earlier, Siri, give life to all things.
Yes.
And so that's why I'm like, I ain't going to demonize you, because as a woman who can give life to you, I can't say that you hate me, because then you hate yourself, and that's a whole different bag of shit that I can't deal with. But what I can say is, I don't think you hearing me. We not speaking the same language. So my nigga, what's important to you? And that's where I fall short in these conversations. Because I don't say, nigga, you don't fuck with me. I ask you what you fuck with. And that's when niggas look at me like I'm the headlights and he the dead. Because he like, well, ain't nobody asked me that. Well, nigga, now I'm asking. So now what?
So
now I'm listening. Now you mad because you saying, now you can't say a nigga ain't never did that for you.
And
so that's why I
narrative.
I'm changing. It's the same. We saying the same shit, but how are we saying it to each other? And
It's
so that's why I
lost
say it's
translation.
loaded. That's why I'm like, I ain't chiming in on that. They don't give a fuck about us, because I know my brothers give a fuck about me, but how do they give a fuck about me?
Well, I won't say all black men, but I do think there is something to say when, the situation, I was talking to Coco about this, like, for example, 50 Cent did this interview with Lil Wayne. It was very triggering for me.
I couldn't even watch it. I ain't even gonna lie. So I'm sitting listening to y'all.
Let me
I don't know what you're talking
verbatim.
about.
So
I heard what 50 said, but
right. So 50 says in this interview with Lil Wayne, and he says they get mad, they get angry. You see a lot of sisters go, you fuck with this kind of girl and that kind of girl. That shit is exotic. Talking, this is 50 Cent's talking. Mm-hmm. That shit look different than the shit you see in the neighborhood all the time. That shit look like it came off a boat.
Nigga, you came off a boat too. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
No. He says, and 50 Cent says, but they get mad, they get angry. And Lil Wayne laughed and agreed. And 50 Cent added, I just look at it like, oh, they just angry. And my instincts always make me defensive. So I just go, look at this angry black motherfucker.
I don't understand that. What you mean, angry black motherfucker? When you was broke, wasn't you an angry black motherfucker too?
My issue, first of all, I want to know what exotic is.
Exotic.
Me too.
I think.
What does that mean? What's the definition?
I ain't no definition connoisseur or Webster, but I saw one of the girls from Off a While and I was talking to Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon gave her an apology because he said something about her being exotic, and basically like exotic is means of not being of this.
Right, it's different.
Not being of this country or culture.
Right.
So
we all exotic.
Thank you. We're all fucking exotic. So that means the Asian girl is exotic. That Haitian girl is exotic. That African girl is exotic. That 17 chick, she exotic. You get what I'm saying? We all exotic. So that shit. He's a idiot.
But that's what I'm saying. I think. And 50 Cent is very problematic for me. Like I don't fuck with him. Period.
Yeah.
And it's like as much as he does for black people, it's like he gives and he takes to the community. And it is
much as he do for black people. I'm sorry, just because you give a nigga a job don't mean you doing something for black people.
But people think that.
But no, we got to change the narrative if we gonna sit here and talk about it. Back to my point, right? What the fuck does Lil Wayne and 50 Cent value? As I'm sitting here, not even just that, as I'm sitting here listening to you read those words, I'm like, oh shit, let me check myself, because I know how many Lil Waynes and 50 Cents I done called a ugly ass black ass nigga for him to feel that, internalize that shit, and then give it back out. I have to check myself. I can't be the hate that I want to see. Now, let me say, I will stand on the fact that they ugly ass niggas, but not because of what they look like, because of the shit that I've seen them do. Exactly. My nigga, you got a platform. I'm done with Wayne. I was done with Wayne in 2008 when this nigga ain't had nothing to say about the shit that was happening in New Orleans. My nigga, you can suck my whole dick. I'm in fucking Atlanta. Yo, I'm in Atlanta in fucking school, and motherfucker, I had to fuck, because I'm from the 17, so I fucking scammed to make sure I get into classes because of the Katrina shit. Yeah. Am I happy about what I did? No, but I had to do what the fuck I had to do to
they
get
gonna
by.
do the same thing.
But Wayne, you from the motherfucking 9th Ward, my guy. My guy, these are your people. 50, you probably deserve to get shot 9 times, and I'll come to the barrel no matter which one you at and tell you, bitch. Or you can meet me on North Ave where I go every night. Like, I ain't playing games. Yo, what do you expect? I don't expect shit from ain't shit ass niggas. These niggas ain't shit. They just got fucking money.
But see, you say they ain't shit, and you're right. But they have a platform, and they're influences.
But their platform is based off of us. Yo, I tell
that's
my
the problem.
brother,
right?
Exactly. Why you listening to this
exactly.
ain't shit ass nigga? Because he got 17 motherfucking babies out this bitch, and you as a black man value taking care of your kids, and this nigga don't take care of his. So why you putting money in his pocket? Let's just talk about your value system and what you doing with your dollars. Because you always on my back about what I'm doing with mine. So let me ask you about what you're doing, your accountability. To your point, we got to speak the same language if we really want change.
Yeah.
But in order for us to speak the same language, sometimes it's hard to have a conversation with people, and we're not even in the same space. We're not in the same book. We're not in the same category. Right. And I think with them, they're influencers. They have a platform.
To some extent.
Yeah, they have millions of people following them. So they see like young black men might take what they said literally because they might idolize 50 Cent.
And I think that's kind of like what I was speaking to earlier when we were talking. It's just like, is this the expectation that I have to treat you this way because this is the way my uncle treats you? This is the way that I don't see the softness. I don't see that. That's behind closed doors. It's interesting to me because I find that, like, dealing with black men, it's like, oh, don't be doing all that kissy, huggy in front of my boys. You know,
fucking fag.
But it's like, thinking, like, you know, it's just like, no, but I'm going to love on you.
But it's more so because my brother explained to me that men are visual. So if you, as a woman, somebody that I already can visually see as beautiful, and then you're kissing a man, because it don't matter who that man is, because they watch porn all the time. So you, as the object of what he think is beautiful, will get aroused. They need to have that conversation in the kitchen.
But wait a minute.
No, but that's real nigga shit. They need to have
what we talking? What's number 4? What's number 4? What we talking about?
Over sexualizing. No, what she's saying is right. They gotta have that conversation. That ain't got nothing to do with your man.
You don't get to see me softly because you squash my softness. That's what I told my brother. And I always think about my brothers because it's not just about sexual relationships between men and women where it's fucked up. It's black men and black women don't know how to love black men and black women. I had to explain this to my brother in fucking May. I love you as a black man. So for you, for analyzing you for 32 motherfucking years, I know what the fuck you need. So when you need me to go hard, I'm gonna go hard. When you need me to be soft, I'm gonna be soft. But understand
that's
what
being a strong black woman is.
Understand what soft
But see
means.
but that's the problem, right? Because I feel like we are so willing to do whatever is necessary to protect their black men.
For us.
But
I ain't doing shit for them. I'm doing this shit for me. If y'all ain't listen to the top of my conversation, it was about Regina having a real ass conversation with Regina and then
listen to what she's saying. Like her finish.
Yeah, like I'm saying, like when it comes to us, we bend, we break, we sacrifice, we do so much. You know, even when I was younger, I remember this guy I was dating was in college. He didn't have any food, so I would take food from my mother's house that she worked for so I could feed him. Then when he got a little bit of money, guess what he did? Cheated on me, left me. Now, and I'm not saying that every person is like this, but understand the concept of how culturally, how we're supposed to be. We are supposed to be the ride or die. We are supposed to be the one who suffers. We are supposed to be the one who's supposed to be strong. You're supposed to be a strong black woman. You're supposed to be a strong... What the fuck is a strong black woman? My strength does not come because of you.
I'm dumb. How dumb?
Exactly.
That's how I feel.
My strength doesn't come from dealing with your pain, dealing with your insecurities, dealing with your insubordinateness and your lack of competency. You want me to be strong, but it's not really strength. It sounds like an indentured servant to me. It sounds like you want every ounce of me. Every ounce of me.
That piece.
Every ounce of me.
Say it.
But you ain't giving shit in return.
And I think that's what I have an issue with this generation of men. Because I dealt with a man that was much older than me.
Yeah.
And completely different vibe.
I probably should have claimed my age before we went on air.
I'm 30. Okay. I'll be 30 next month.
Okay.
And I think he's 60 now. He has to be about 60 now.
Okay.
Wow.
And completely different.
Yeah.
Different everything. Open the car door for me. And granted, my ex does the same thing. But that's not consistent. And that's right. Oh, you open the car door? Wow.
Yeah. My ass is a whole nigga. I've been looking like, okay, all right.
Wow.
Right.
Like,
but that was
we not splitting checks. You taking care of the bill? Ooh.
The biggest size.
Listen, y'all, lesbian life is so much different. Lesbian life is so much different. I don't, hey, go ahead.
No. I want to hear about it because I don't know the
I was gonna say,
I don't want to get top of. Oh no, because we don't deal with that. Like I got to eat. She paying. I might pull out my card, but if she look at me like I'm crazy and probably knock my head off because I pull my card out. If I touch the door, she's like, "Fuck you touching the door for?
Yeah,
what you trying to embarrass me? I ain't
what
here."
I was about to chime in is that a lot of my male friends do that.
The homies do that.
So they take care of the bill.
The homies do that.
They take care of. They open the door. I get fussed at all the time for the G don't touch that damn door. And it's like, oh my bad, I forgot. Because it's not about, again, it's just men and women being what you think is supposed to be proper. So
Right. But a lot of us understand relationships based off of what was in our homes. Okay. And unfortunately, a lot of us did not come from great homes. And unfortunately, Black love is not about thriving, it's about surviving. It's about survivorship. We're just now in this space, like our generation being able to talk about mental health and, you know, being able to understand what a 401k is and stocks. But we're so far behind with everything. Yeah. You know, we're just talking about like love languages. Like, ask my grandma what the fuck a love language is.
Like,
a love language would be like, well, did you cook for him? Did you clean for him?
Did you clean?
Did you
iron his shirt?
Did you iron his shirt?
Did you hear him when he was talking to you? Like,
You know,
how
and
did
so-
you communicate with him?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so I think the standard is so much different now, and I'm grateful that things are progressing, but once again, we are still in such a chauvinistic culture. You know, even when it comes to catcalling, that's what they call it now, but hollering is the
Okay, I was looking like, what the fuck is catcalling?
the hood term.
Okay.
But
Uh-oh.
I mean, but even like when guys approach us, I feel like the way we were conditioned when it comes to white women, they are fragile. They are
They don't
the
have
ice
the word.
queen.
They need to be catered to.
They get the ultimate respect, right? Like you see a white woman, it's like, ooh, I gotta
Code switch.
put all my buttons up.
Switching for real.
That's why I always get fired, because I don't.
That's me. I bang one of my bosses.
Like,
I don't.
well, I ain't going physical because she's expecting that aggression. But
It was a man, but yeah.
I'll speak directly to you
Yeah.
because you're not expecting.
See,
me to be
women
able to
are
handle
different
that.
though.
Yeah.
I'm talking about when it comes to black men, because when
With
you know,
white
like
I'm
women.
about to say,
With white women.
No.
Engage. I'm
You know,
about to
I
say,
mean, because
no,
of the
I ain't.
examples of
Baby,
like
no.
Emmett Till and all those things, like those
Yeah.
gestures got black men in so much trouble. They died for stuff like that, and he didn't even do it.
Yeah.
You know, and so when you condition that type of behavior, you're automatically taught like, oh, well, I have to be extremely nice to white women. I have to be above and beyond reproach because I don't want my life taken away from me. I don't want to get into
Or I
these
don't wanna look at me
situations.
in a different.
But then when it comes to black women,
hey, yo,
what's up,
come
bitch?
here. Hey, you right
you
there.
with the fatty.
Hey,
Yeah.
hey,
So you don't hear me talking to you? Hey, you.
Hey, you.
Hey, you, come here.
Hey you with the red, with the ass, with your titties out, whatever it can possibly be. Is
No couth. Like, as my
And
grandmother
hold
would
up,
say.
wait, we gotta continue. Because then when we ignore him, you a bitch.
Oh, bitch, you ain't hear me
You don't
talking to
hear me
you?
talking.
right?
Yo, fuck you.
That's very.
Yes.
It's just like,
Right.
I didn't hear you. That's how I'm like, you're talking to me.
Listen, what Regina said, the woman that's supposed to be in my skin, she ain't hear you. No, she didn't hear you. So no.
Right.
Because
First
that
of all,
ain't what
who
I
the-
respond to.
Who the fuck are you talking to?
So that's what I normally respond. I will walk past you, and when you get the I'm a bitch, I turn around and be like, baby, your energy was wrong. That's why I didn't come.
Yeah,
Ask you.
yes.
I apologize. And,
Yes.
and
I
I've been
will
humbled
speak.
on both. I've been humbled on both ends.
Okay.
Because then when I hit him with the your energy was wrong, he was like, well, I was just trying to tell you about some other shit, and I'm like,
Oh.
my bad. I was expecting you to be talking about my naked
But
ass.
you know
I'm
what?
sorry.
Exactly.
You know what?
But
Yeah.
I'm open to humbling myself and meeting us
And
where
correcting
we
myself.
are, right?
Yes.
And meeting us where we are, nigga. I'm conditioned to not listen to that
That
shorty.
A
You
shorty
gotta
come in.
acknowledge that you're conditioned to call me that way,
Right.
And not say, "Excuse me, ma'am, you got some money falling out your pocket." I probably would have turned around.
Turn
for
around and
that.
been nice
Right.
and thank you.
Exactly. If you say excuse me, anytime somebody says excuse me, I'ma look, because it can be they are in my way, I'm in their way. It can be an exchange. It can be a plethora of different things.
Yeah.
But if you, pss, 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 hey, you,
Which goes
you-
back to your point of respecting black women the
Yeah.
same way you see white
White
women.
women,
you
yeah.
right? Because you wouldn't do that to Becky.
Right, you would have been like, "Excuse me, I ain't got the
I ain't mean
words,
to touch you,
Miss, Ashley, you look like a fucking Ashley."
Exactly.
Right. And that'll be the most they will curse out of white women.
Right.
Exactly.
Like, nigga, call me fucking Keisha because I'm
Ex-
light skinned. I'm fine
exactly.
with that, but a shorty is a lot.
And I mean, and that's the
That's a
truth.
lot.
It's
Yeah.
loaded.
You know, I'm from my thing is like, you know, we've conditioned our women, black women, to be strong, to be go-getters, to be independent, to be free thinkers. But when it comes to black men, we don't teach our black boys accountability. We don't teach them, you know, how you love a black woman. Like what does that look like? What does that sound like? What does that feel like? You know, and we have to start setting an example, you know, although I do not have any kids.
I can't wait for it's my turn to talk with you.
You know, we still have to, you know, it takes a village, you know,
Right.
and although I
Absolutely.
haven't physically gave birth, I have men that I have to train and tell them, like, this is what you do. This is how you treat us. This is what we want. Don't let BET and YouTube get you fucked up out here.
VH1 and all that.
Yeah, because that's not real. And that's how I feel like the colonizers want you to act. They want you to be barbaric. They want you to be
That's
primal.
why I hate those shows. I hate those shows.
I always blame
because
it on
I'm
those
like,
shows.
I'm like, yo, like, but you see it, right, with the cattiness and
the fighting
and the this and that. It's just like, yo, you are not on reality TV. You're not getting paid. These people are getting paid to act like this.
To act a fool.
Right, to act a fool. And it's like, you got everybody else thinking that this is how we act.
Mm-hmm. This ain't that. And you got the kids out here. Like, I'm on Instagram or TikTok or something my son showed me. But I'm just scrolling and I see this little girl. She looks like she's 13. And she's putting like face beat the fuck up. And I'm just like...
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. My daughter's a cheerleader. And when I see some of the girls coming
I feel like that's different.
No,
all the time. Okay.
Listen. They coming from school. 11 years old.
Jesus
with
Christ.
A full face.
Lipstick on.
And I'm just like... But for what? Your skin's perfect already.
And who's your mother?
Like, you don't need to do that.
Who the fuck is raising you?
Like, why? For what?
So can I chime in? Can I chime in on like teaching our black sons? Because I have a 13-year-old, and that's one of the things we were talking about earlier. Teaching him about being homophobic, just teaching him about life and finances and stocks. And I pull out my bills and I'm telling him this what bills look like. If I say no, this is why. We gotta budget our money a certain way. When it comes to love, like me and my partner, we live together, so. As much as, like, even though it's two females, we try to show love to each other. We try to talk to each other kindly. Even if we in an argument and he walk in the room, we cut that shit short because we don't want we don't want him to see, this is how you communicate. I want him to experience it when he get there because he might lose his temper, but I don't want you to be like, I saw my mother wild out and I saw her not communicating. I saw her, being treated like shit. He can't ever say that. So back to what you were saying in the beginning, Regina, it's about what we see and what we do. I know for me growing up, I grew up with a mother and a father, my stepdad. Their relationship wasn't always perfect, but he held them doors. Yep. He paid them bills. Yep. She worked because she wanted to work. I saw some things, but I also saw the fights. I also walked in, saw them like shooting up. I also, I saw a whole fucking lot. I saw him beating her ass one time. Do you feel me? So I got, I had to make my decision on how I wanted to be treated and how I was going to treat, at that time the guys that I was going to date, quoting, how I wanted to treat them. And thank God that, I got more of the good rubbed off for me than the bad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. I think people don't understand subconsciously when you have children and you're present, they absorb things even when you don't say things. Yep. They feel your energy. Yep. They feel your trauma. They feel your pain. So don't go into these spaces thinking that because you quiet, when they walk into a room, they don't feel that the energy shifted. Something just happened. Yeah. I don't know what the fuck just happened. I know something not right. My mom not happy. Yeah. Daddy not happy. Grandma ain't happy. I walked in this shit. This whole shit is fucked up.
Yeah.
Feel heavy. And I think, we don't give children enough credit to their sense of emotional intelligence. And we have to be very careful how we speak to our kids and how we speak to one another. So I commend you, Torri, for being a mom and doing that, because a lot more parents need to do that. You need to have real conversation with kids. Stop talking at your kids.
Thank you.
Have conversations with your kids.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. So, like, the whole, you too young to have feelings. No, Jalen, what's wrong? You need to talk to me. You failed this motherfucking class. I'm mad as shit at you. Tell me what's going on. And this is what I go back to, Jalen. This is my first time being a mother. This is your first time being my son. We got to figure this out. We got to figure out
that type of honesty. You better.
Dead ass. Like, we got to figure out how we got to make this work. I got to learn how to deal with you. You got to learn how to deal with me. One, you're not going to be failing no motherfucking classes. Two, I'm not going to talk at you. I want to hear what you got to say, because I need to figure out how to fix it. I need for you, when you get older, I need for you to deal with a woman a girl or a woman that's going to communicate with you the right way. I need you to communicate with her the right way.
That part. And I think, because as we're starting to kind of talk about like family and like even, kind of talking about the strong black woman, I feel like our generation is strongly changing those generational cycles of, and even, going through this quarantine, speaking to what you're talking about is like, this one thing that this quarantine has taught me is that I cannot discipline my child in the same way that I was doing before, because it doesn't work. But that's what I saw, and that's what I know.
Right.
But again, is this very much like, you gotta be this, you have to be this way, or you can't let the world tear you down because
And to bring all of y'all points kind of full circle, I don't have kids yet, but I'm thinking about as a woman, I'm already carrying around every egg that I'm going to carry. So if I maturate a little girl, she's going to have every egg that she's going to carry as
Absolutely.
well. So I'm talking about 12 weeks in, I have not only me and my baby, but my grandbabies. And all
lineage.
that energy, right? All that 3 generations is dependent on how I take care of myself, how I am engaging with people.
Absolutely.
What am I putting into my daughter, who is going to put it into my granddaughter, who's going to then put it into my great-granddaughter. That's why we have to break these generations. Because, again, looking at this list, I had to think about the first time I felt the most unsafe, and it was when the darker version of me was stomping me out because I won an award and she didn't understand that it wasn't about her, or I wasn't directly going against her. I was just living my truth. And I was just being amazing. And I'm sorry that the bitches before you didn't allow you to be amazing too. But bitch, I'm gonna be amazing. And I only call you a bitch because that's what you taught me bitches are.
Listen, and I think the thing with that, like when you say living your truth, you know, being a girl, a black girl, growing up and developing really early, you know, I carried a lot of emotions that I couldn't understand. I couldn't fathom. And for me, I felt the most unprotected because the way men viewed me, and I was a child. And so I'm carrying adult energy, but my mind is of a child.
Or expectation then, because
But I don't know what to do. So the girls hate me because the guys want me, but the guys want me because they going through puberty. They don't know what the hell is going on.
Hold on, and your elders think your ass being fast and grown because
I was
you don't
born this
understand
way.
none of this shit. You just walking down the street.
Listen,
come on, that part.
I just came down the step and said good morning.
Like I'm just trying to play with my dolls.
Stop
Trying to play
smiling.
with my
Why you
Barbies.
smiling so much? You being fresh. You flirting.
Exactly.
But you tell me to smile and shake people's hands and greet yourself. Like I just don't
bitch, you
understand
want
what
me to
they're
skirt.
going through. Yeah.
Exactly. And it's like, how do I exist in my skin? How do I exist as a black young girl? But I gotta wear a bra at 6 o'clock in the morning because I don't want your boyfriend staring at me. I can't hug people too tightly because they might take it the wrong way and I'll be sexualized and they think I want to have sex with them. I can't be around my cousins too long after 6 o'clock because dicks start getting hard and people don't start thinking straight. I don't think people really understand the power of how much it traumatizes you. And for me, unfortunately, dealing with that situation and dealing with sexual trauma, it guarded me up so badly. It made me hate black men. It made me not want to talk to people. It made me not want to deal with people. It made me not want to do anything. And mind you, I would flirt with people. I had boyfriends, but I treat them like shit.
Right.
Because I wanted them to experience just an inkling of what it was like to walk in my shoes.
Same.
I could not exist. I could not exist.
See, we got the tears
When people tell me like, "Oh, Serena, you're so strong," bitch, I ain't had no choice.
You know how I got here.
Come on,
I had no choice. My strength.
If I did not get to this point, I would have been eaten alive.
I would have been dead.
Exactly. Dead.
Why we gotta be this strong, yo?
It's not that we have to be this strong. We just naturally
we
are.
are.
Change the narrative. Now, at the same time, baby, you deserve to fucking cry till your motherfucking belly aches, goddammit, because you are that fucking soft and vulnerable too. Bitch, if I can give life to everything, that means that I can simultaneously
destroy
possess
it.
every fucking thing at the same fucking time. And again, you can suck my dick from the back because I ain't never had it like that.
Right.
God,
That's power though.
But that's
It
black
is.
That's
women
power.
shit.
Yeah.
And so again, that's why I say every time I'm in a room, it's safe space. No matter what the fuck you gotta do. Nigga,
What you
kick,
gotta
scream,
say,
whatever. Because I remember when Regina was in a room and bitch, it was whatever the fuck I wanted to be. So if it ain't safe space today, because I had a rough night at home, bitch, it's not gonna be safe space.
for you.
Exactly.
So I understand that power that I yield. And then I can, on the same flip side to what we're saying, being like, yo, I can't today.
That's what I'm
hurt.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I'm strong enough to look your ass in the eye and be like, baby, I see your pain too, and I can't deal with it. I'm sorry, but here's a list of niggas that you can call.
I wish I had this support when I was younger, because I don't think even with my mother and my grandmothers, once again, we come from a place of just trying to survive. So I don't think they even understood they're projecting their insecurities and their fears on me, you know? And it's like, I had a period at 10 years old. My grandmother told me I was possessed by the devil. I'm like, oh, for real? Well, how I get it out?
Listen, you just want to happen once a month, and that's how you're going to get them out.
Who I got to go to?
See?
I remember me and my daughter, we were on our way to cheer, we were downtown, and she said, Mommy, because she said she had a bad day. And I said, well, what's wrong? She said, I don't want to talk about it. I'm like, okay. So she said, well, Mommy, I want to talk about it now. And I said, okay. She said, well, somebody called me ugly. And mind you, she goes to school with a bunch of black kids. So I'm just like, so whoever called you ugly clearly is black too.
Right.
So I said, oh, no, we're not doing this. So I found myself yelling, I'm a beautiful black woman.
Yeah.
In the middle of downtown as we walk in, she looking at me like, Mommy, can you stop?
No,
I said, no. I said, no. I said, because you need to know. I need to know.
The world
Everybody needs to know. And I hollered for a long ass block. We was walking down Parade.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, she better holler.
So, and I said, do it. I said, say it.
That's that healing shit we talking about. Because I, as your sister, sit across the table for you, remembering the day at 10 years old when I went to my mother and said, Mom, I'm being bullied at school. Because I went to a mixed race school. And I was the little hood girl who was too fucking smart for her own fucking good, ending up at Roland Park.
Oh, that's the area I live in.
Being fucking teased every day because I don't understand myself, but nobody around me understand me even. You want to know what my mother said? Oh, they calling you ugly? They calling you a bitch? Well, you hooker brown in here. And I got called a hooker, a bitch, a slut, and a whore. All the way up until I looked my mother in her fucking face when I was 30 years old and said, bitch, your validation don't mean nothing to me no more. Fuck you and everything you believe in. So if you want to fight me, square up. Because you didn't give me shit to believe in because I look just like you. So I am happy. And so now here we are, fast forward 5 years yet. Because like you say, I'm 35 this year.
Okay,
I'm happy. This year. And I'm happy, girl, 33. Walk through that door and be happy, okay? It's a blessing. It's a blessing. It's not a coincidence that we ain't hear about this nigga from 16 to 33, and when he came back, he wrecked shot and was like, I'm done with y'all niggas. I'm going to fuck off.
That Jesus, right? That Jesus is something else I heard.
So I'm saying, that's the cycles that we're breaking, though. That's us 4 women sitting here talking about our trauma, but then seeing my sister not give it to her mother, and I ain't had mine yet because I want to learn to not give it to my grandbaby.
We have to not pass it on, but like you said, it starts with us. Everything that we have is inside of us, but we also got to remove the shit that's inside of us. You gotta remove that because when people talk about toxicity, they don't understand it's not just a personality trait. Some of that shit is genetic. You want to ask a question? Your mom crazy. Your mom got a temper problem. Your mom is a liar. Your mom is check your grandmother. Don't know about your grandmother? Check your great-grandmother. You think that you the only one that's feeling this way?
So can I ask everybody a question? Do you know like your family history? Because it's gonna make sense, Sarita. I promise. You know your family history. You know your family history. Okay, I barely fucking did. So I just got stories about my father's side from my aunt because I went to Atlanta when to get some of her ashes, and she was telling me like all this shit, and I'm just like, I'm her motherfucking granddaughter. Why the fuck y'all ain't been telling me? Like, why don't? And so it made me want to come home. Like, you know what? I'm gonna come home. I'm gonna write my life up until this day, and I've been doing it ever since. Just so my kids or my grandkids and my son, he can. Jaden, when it's a perfect time, I'm gonna pass this book to you. I want you to read this shit like this way we from, this way we went, this way we been at, this way, you know, this is what's going on, and now, you know, if I'm toxic, this is what happened to me. You get what I'm saying?
I found
that shit make so much. Make life. Our kids' lives so much easier.
As a family historian,
right?
Yes.
I found my journal that I wrote in from the time that I was maybe 13 to about 19. I think the last...
Can I read it?
I don't know. I have it, and it's
I can just imagine.
But I told my daughter, I said, I'm going to give you something when you're 15 so that you can understand why I am the way that I am.
Yes.
And that why you'll understand why I was the way that I was, because I was 19 when I had her, so she's seen me grow up.
Oh, so we all
together
about the same age.
Yeah.
Okay, I was 19 when I had my son.
So I'm like, I need you to understand why I had you at 19. Like, I need you to understand that. Like, so she can understand, like, oh, mommy was depressed.
This is what
mommy
happened.
has anxiety. Yeah. Mommy, this is,
I see this in myself, my mother, now I know how to fix it because she told me already.
Exactly.
Listen, we need to have more real conversations. You want to
table talk.
You want to have a conversation about the protecting Black women. You can't protect them if you are not honest about who the fuck you are, and if you're not honest about what you've been through.
And that's because they don't understand that we as Black women have the capacity to love you through and through.
Through
like
it all.
no matter what, right, wrong, or indifferent, nigga, I'ma love you. Just tell me what it is, right? Like, I can love your bads, because I want you to love those parts of me too.
Yeah.
So I'ma give it to you, so you can give it back to me, so you can have an example of it. Because I understand what the fuck that looks like. If I can create you, I gotta show you what the fuck creation
I really
is.
Gotta treat you like a plant and like put
and
you in the
nurture
dirt,
your
repot you
ass.
Sometimes, take
Right.
You gotta save that energy for yourself.
Absolutely.
Because we can't grow if we don't ground. We can't ground, we can't grow.
Yep.
You know, and I think a lot of times, you know, we just layer a lot of things and we don't have the opportunity to just like pull things out like a Jenga. Like just pull it out. Pull that shit out of you. Like pull it out. You know, and I hate this concept of like keep it in the family, keep the secrets in the family. And that's how we, you know, we lose value. That's how we don't stay protected. You know that Uncle Ray
girl, I was about to
did what he did,
and yet he's still
coming to Thanksgiving.
Babysitting kids and shit. Like, what's wrong with you?
What? Why is he here? Why?
But nobody wants to have that conversation.
Or more importantly, if you gonna let his ass be here, then let me get at the neck. Because I mean, again, don't get mad at me. I'm gonna love you through and through, but don't touch shit. Wash your hands. Where you been? Where you?
Don't let him babysit them kids. You know what I'm saying?
I can't tell you how many stories I've heard of like people allowing these people, these predators who are their unfortunately family into spaces. But then when I say something, when something is said, it's oh no, you why are you saying that? Why are you bringing that? Why are you being negative? I'm not being negative. I'm speaking my truth and I'm telling the truth so that everybody else can hear. And if now that the truth is out, y'all still gonna let him come in? Y'all still gonna let her come in? Because it's not just men either. No. It's not just men.
I'm gonna share a real personal story. At 2 years old, I was molested by my grandmother's adopted daughter. Don't ask me how kids are amazing because I can still remember everything that happened. And from what I was told, my mother said I told everybody the same story, so they had to believe it. I lied to you not. My sister was pregnant. She came and beat the shit out this. Her and my cousin beat the shit out this girl. Like fucked her up. My grandmother was sad because she not getting a foster child check no more. So she mad now. My mother and my grandmother were best friends. So their relationship fucked up because my mother was like, how can you let this go on? My daughter, like I was letting my daughter stay with you because, you know, not for I can't take care of her, but that's your granddaughter. I want her to stay with you for a while. And you letting this go on. And she told you, she told your daughter, she told you, she told me, she told her doctor, because I remember like being young, going to the doctors and saying that hurt. And they had to do one of them tests and shit. Like at 2 years old, I don't know how I remember this. But one thing I can say about my family, I commend them so much for like handling it the way they did. Yeah, because it's a lot. Like even me growing up, like growing up thinking that one of your cousin's friends touching you is okay. You not saying nothing, or if you do say something, they're gonna look at you as the molested. Oh, she got molested when she was younger, so everybody you can't really trust her because she's gonna say that everybody did this.
Yes.
Right.
So you go up and you like, you
Which
know
is
what?
Another problem.
Which is another problem. And for me personally, I grew up with like I want to call like a sexual demon because I didn't know how to separate sex and love and shit. Like sex was just sex for me.
No, it's trauma.
It's trauma as fuck.
It's trauma.
It's trauma as fuck.
It's
you don't
trauma.
even know how to...
And people don't understand. And this is something. This is going to trigger the fuck out of me. I know, but rape culture in the Black community is a fucking problem.
It's a motherfucker.
And a lot of times rape happens within the family. It's not Bob from
they going
Wisconsin.
out getting drunk at a party and they rape. It ain't. It's that shit that's in the house.
It's a friend of a family.
Playing
it's
playing
your
house
pastor. It's your it's people that you know. And I think this level of secret slave mentality,
society, family shit,
and having this predatory mindset is what really bothers me. And I'm sitting here with like all of us, and I guarantee you each one of us has a story about somebody forcing them against our will.
Absolutely. At a young age.
At a very young age.
At a very young
How you
age.
want it? Light, medium, or heavy?
Exactly. Baby, we got flavors.
Yes.
We got flavors.
Even in my adult 30-year-old
culturally they want us to be strong and silent, but they're not chastising the men who's causing the pain. They're not being held responsible because we don't want the family to break apart. We don't want the money to fuck up. We don't want the neighbors to not be friends with us anymore. But you claim you love us.
And this is why we feel like Black women aren't protected. Not in the sense of, again, you made a good point about them not even knowing how to, but it's like that common sense shit. Like you see something going on in the home, and you see something going on with the homie, like, protect this.
And the first time because I've had to lose really close male friends for shit that we talked about. Where I'm like, as a woman, if I wouldn't lay with a nigga, I can't hang with a nigga.
Exactly.
So but when it happened closer to home, and I had to like really in a split second decide, is this bitch worth the protection that I claim that I'm worth? And I go, yeah, right? Like it's heavy. It's not negative. To Coco's point, it's heavy is the word that we looking for. Right. All this shit is heavy, but we gotta lift it and we gotta deal with it because it was placed upon us. So yeah, yo, like to your point, Siri, we gotta start here, right? And so everything that we talking about, Regina, because I think I might be the oldest at the table. I had to sit the fuck down and ask myself, are you being disrespectful and nasty to them little girls out in these streets? Are you not listening because didn't nobody listen to you? Are you hurt?
Yes,
are
hurt
you
people
fucking because hurt people hurt people. And if you don't want to be what your mama was to you,
listen,
baby,
if you don't want to be the hate that you despise.
Jesus.
And my daddy taught me that. And he not my biological father. This is a man. This is a man with a badge who looked me in the eyes, knew I was abused, and said, I can't save you. The way that the world tells me that this badge and this gun is supposed to save you, but I can save you. Woo!
Just give me a little knowledge. Let me see.
Baby, when I say I traveled the world and back again, it was on that man's broad back shoulders.
So you went through your transition at 30, right?
No.
Okay, so I heard you say 5 years ago. So
5 years ago was when I afforded myself this freedom.
Okay.
A lot of these seeds were planted at 10, 12, 16. See, Regina G, I changed my name to all three because I know I'm anointed. And at 30 is when I started to order myself with the Regina that I was born into and the Gina that I want to be because y'all fuck with me, but the G that I turned into because niggas ain't fuck with me all the time. And so I had to reorder it and stop leading Gina Regina. I had to be reordering myself and my who I want to be and who I have to be. If you take me there, my nigga, I had to reorder myself. But these was then, like you said, Siri, back to the plants, right? Replanting because those roots got dead. Or at least I thought they were dead because the soil on top was dead. Bitch, I cracked that shit open, put it in the right pot, and now look at these motherfucking fruits.
Watered it a little bit. Watered it a little bit. Now you good. Sun outside in the sun.
You gotta hold... Yeah. People say you got to hold yourself accountable, and I agree with that. But then you have to also realize that are you activating out of trauma?
Right.
Are you operating on who you are? Or is that both? Or do you believe that's who you are? Because everything is subject to change, right? A personality doesn't have to be, like, if you're a fucked up person, you don't have to be, you know?
But you're not your trauma, because that's to me, I look at that as victimhood.
Yes.
I am a victim and this happened to me, but that does not make me
It don't
who I
define
am. It
me.
doesn't have to define me. Like you said, like with sex. Because I think at a really young age I started having sex. And I remember going to the OBGYN, and I told her how many partners I had. She wrote over sexualized on my
Bitch, it was only 3.
Okay, like, so I was just like, it hurt me because then it was another black woman too, and I was just like, that hurt me a lot. But that's not who I am. That's not who I have to be. Like, that's not, and I had to realize even now, because I'm like, sex is great, I love sex,
amazing,
but I'm sorry, y'all,
we know.
I'm about to say, wait, sex? Because I haven't heard it in so long. Is it a thing?
What is it?
Still the same?
How do you spell it?
So the sex changing your... I'm sorry, go ahead, baby. I don't want... I'm about to... Like, the sex changing your day, because my sex drive is like... went down, like...
mine didn't go nowhere.
It depends.
I feel like mine got heightened when they go away.
Okay. I went through a slump at 33.
I just need to hear that.
I went through a slump at 33-ish, and then I started to invest in me. Bitch, get some sex toys.
I did.
Okay,
you
so
might not have the one. I gotta write it down.
I do. They fucking me good. Oh, my bad. I thought you were talking about my partners. I'm like, listen.
Look, I'm not a fucker. I'm a sucker, and so I need to find the right toy. But not getting too... It's about liberation. For me, my because it's recent, my sex drive has been like through the fucking roof, and I don't have a partner right now, but it's because I liberated myself.
Let's change
I opened myself up.
But see, I felt the same way, because I did a vow of celibacy during my quarantine, and I was talking to Coco about this, and I said sex for me is, I don't look at it as just a natural act anymore. I look at it as a spiritual exchange. And so my question is, if I have sex with you, do I want to carry your energy with me?
Girl.
Are you worth me having your energy inside of me?
See, my thing is now...
And I ain't talking about semen people.
No, I know what you're talking about.
I know what you're talking about.
Listen, no.
Right. We're not just talking about that, because it's our wombs, and I tell women this all the time. Our wombs carry so much trauma.
I'm reading The Sacred Woman, and I'm just like,
it's intense, right? It's to me, for real. That book,
twice.
I know that book. You gotta go away for that book.
Yeah.
You have to. You gotta be. You can't. You have to go on a retreat. Yeah. Like, you have to retreat to do that.
Yeah.
But our wombs hold so much trauma from, sexual trauma, from losing children, from pregnancy, from giving birth, from periods,
not knowing how to treat it,
not knowing all of those things. My daughter came to me and said, "Mommy, I think I'm about to come on my period, so I'm on a diet today. I can't have." Do you remember that?
I was so fucking uncomfortable sitting there like, I gotta go. I don't know what the fuck.
She was there. She said she made herself some popcorn with Parmesan cheese.
I love it.
She said, "I need a healthy snack." I was like, "But you're not on your period." Yeah.
But no, because you know how that shit be when we about to come on. Like, I don't like chocolate at all, but I'm a baker, so I get in the kitchen real quick, bake some brownies and some shit. I'm like, I'm about to come on my period. I know it. But if we were in tune like that when we were young, if our parents was like, listen, you gonna go through this type of change, and not just like...
My parents gave me a book.
See, my mama... Girl, I ain't gonna tell my mama. I'll meet the ass from the 1-7 from Pressman. I got a beating. And Division.
I got a beating with my period.
I didn't. She just was like, listen, okay, this is what's gonna happen. Some blood gonna come out. When the dude let me know, we're gonna take it to the doctors, make sure everything good, but take this pad. I'm like, when it happened, she was like, I went to the bathroom, and I'm like, Ma, I think it happened. She's like, all right, take this pad, wash off, take this pad, you good. You fucking? Or, no, it ain't your try, right? All right, put this pad on.
Oh, my God.
So, real quick, because if it comes out too dark, then she might not have it, period, like the second month, right? I learned that the hard way, because I got it.
You thought she was pregnant.
No, my mother did. Okay. I didn't know what the fuck it was. I went on a roller coaster. I thought the roller coaster fucked me up.
Oh, Lord.
I didn't know what it was. I'm at school, bitch, in white shorts, have my period.
It's always white.
So it's
always white.
So
always white.
So
that happened to me
it's
too
heavy
before.
and dark, right? So that's period 1. Period 2 doesn't come.
Okay.
Oh, God.
So I'm like, my mother's like, where is it? Where is it? And I'm like, bitch, I don't know. I didn't even know what the fuck it was supposed to go to nurse.
And she like, bitch, you pregnant, get out. You know
got my ass whooped on the first and the second period. The second, bitch, you pregnant. Then the third one came. She was like, oh, well, you better not.
But see, people don't even...
The trauma, though.
The trauma that comes with that. Like,
so that's why fast forward when your daughter's going through the period and I'm sitting there like, I gotta go. I need an adult.
You think you about to get a...
You got PTSD.
You think your mother about to come... Did it come?
Right.
That bitch
Smack your ass, y'all.
But see, people don't even realize just in that alone how traumatizing that is, because you literally are just becoming a woman. You're stepping into your divine femininity, and already you're being chastised for existing in that space.
For having something happen that's gonna fucking happen. Anyway.
Not even knowing I'm scared the boys and dick. Mommy, no.
Right, we don't even understand the concept of it. Because I remember coming on mine early, and
I was 10.
I was 11.
10. Yeah, I was 10. I was like a B cup by the time I was like the end of 5th grade.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was on
I
my
was a
way
B cup in
6.
high school.
Yeah.
No, we talking about a big pin having a period, so I don't know.
Bitch.
I just got titties at 30.
And I felt so uncomfortable because I realized that I looked different than everyone else, and I was being bullied by looking different from everyone else, and I'm like, well, what the fuck you want me to do? I remember wanting to commit suicide in middle school because I knew that I looked different. I have all these feelings and emotions that I can't explain. Being sexualized by the literally men staring at me, salivating, and I'm like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I mean, they literally, like, my family was like, well, you can't wear those types of shorts. You can't wear that shirt. And it's like, instead of talking to the person who got the fucked up ass eyes who's staring at me, you want to chastise me, but you don't want to talk to the person that you might think is a nasty ass nigga.
Now I gotta try.
You don't want to hold that person responsible, but you want to hold a young black girl responsible for her stepping into her divine femininity.
Okay.
When again, I don't even know
what the fuck is going on.
I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, like I don't even know. Like niggas got horny. Exactly.
What is that?
And had you prepared me for it, I probably would understand those who aren't as nice to me about it. But you didn't prepare me for it. You just are acting like
I'm supposed to know. This is something on purpose.
You act like a nuclear bomb is about to come in. Like, bitch, what happened?
Yeah, I think that for me, it'd be like parents act like kids are just supposed to know. That's why I take my time to talk to my son, because if my son ever got with your daughter, I swear to God, he gonna treat her right. You get what I'm saying? Right. Just for that reason only, because I didn't get, like, I had to, for the most part, I had to find out stuff on my own. Then I would go talk to my mother, and then my mother, my father, okay, it's the talk, like, She got a boyfriend now. We got to talk to her now. Like, why didn't you talk to me before this?
Right.
Like, why didn't you let me know? Why wasn't it, like, my mother, she never told me I didn't have a safe space with her, but it was always raw as fuck. So it was just like, when I learned about sex, she set me in front of her Uncle Luke's sex tape.
Oh, no.
Like, I'm going to fill you in when this goes off. Huh? Dead ass. It was.
I feel you. That's all I'm gonna say. I feel you.
She from Pennsylvania. She from Pennsylvania, and she from Pressman Division.
Oh, okay.
So,
look, I grew up on Shill's place. Yeah, it makes big sense.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, for all the people that don't know these places, they're not good places.
This is just
Baltimore.
West Baltimore.
Look, if you've seen The Wire,
you know exactly.
Right.
You've seen The Wire, you know.
There's some good examples for you.
That's a good example.
If you've seen The Corner, then you really about it, and you really know.
You really know. Yeah. So it's
on HBO, guys.
Yeah.
Hold on, HBO been down with the black story.
Okay, exactly.
Let's not even. No shade.
Just for the people that never seen it, we just want to keep
HBO been giving up.
Keep them educated.
Yeah. But no, I think these conversations are very important because, although we talk from a cultural standpoint, like as black women, we still have to hold ourselves accountable. Yeah. And we have to start loving on ourselves because nobody's going to respect us if we don't respect ourselves. Nobody's going to give us what we need if we don't even provide what we need ourselves. So you can't try to overlap things that you never received in the first place. So you will have to break the ground. Like you said, like, we are plants, but the soil might be bad, but the roots are strong.
Yeah.
But you have to find a way to pull the pool. You gotta get some new soil.
Yeah.
And replant yourself so you can be a better black woman. So you can be a better friend, a better mother, a better aunt, cousin, everything. Because we can't be united. We will not be protected because the demon is going to be inside of us. The war is always going to be inside of us. And when you see another black woman, it's going to create tension. Ooh. Because if you already at war with yourself, you know what the enemy looks like because it looks just like you.
Come on now.
Listen.
So in order for us to thrive as black women, it starts with us. But at the same time, you better hold these motherfucking people accountable for their actions. You need to have conversations within your family that's going to be very uncomfortable. You might be a leper. You might be the black sheep, but if you can save a little cousin, if you can save someone's life, save someone's humanity, save somebody's sexuality, then do it. Because if you say nothing, nothing changes.
And you just as voice as everybody else. As the family secrets and everything they keep in the
break
closets.
the cycle.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say, I learned to hold myself accountable coming out of like a fucked up relationship. I was getting abused.
I was abused as well.
Hey, my left back. And I told y'all this lesbian life is while it's different. I don't have to pay for stuff. They hold doors. You still come across. If you're not in the right mind frame, I know for me, that girl fucked me up. Like, she had me thinking it was okay for her to beat me up and shit.
Me
like,
too.
Guns to my head. We in the ER all the time and shit. Like, but then it was like, the only way I can explain it was me seeing myself at the end of a tunnel. Like, that's me right there. I gotta get that bitch. And I kept, like, the more I held myself accountable in that relationship, the more I was like, you know what? I'm mad at you, but I ain't even mad at you because you want to know why I allowed you to do that shit to me.
Yes.
And when I realized that shit, I don't know who the fuck that bitch was. Like, she was.
I was young when I was in an abusive relationship, and
I was in my mid-20s.
And I look back at it and I'm like, how did I get here? But see, the thing about being vulnerable and being insecure and having low self-esteem is that predators know who's weak.
Ooh.
Predators know
they will prey
when you are weak. They can smell it on you. They can smell your desperation. Even though
they ask certain questions,
you probably, you in La La Land, you think you just living your best ass life. But let me tell you something. You come across a person like that in whatever weakened state that you're in, they will manipulate you. They will isolate you. They will have you believing that they the only person they want. They're the only person that wants you. They'll have you separating from your family and from your friends. They'll have so many different things, and you start believing because it starts in your mind.
I'm sitting here because and I'm always an interesting woman to talk to in conversations.
You always sit back and listen before you talk.
Yes, and because I've played both roles, so the relationship that taught me the most, that I don't want to say it's the hardest to get over, but me and that man probably should be married. It's just both of us are fucking toxic to each other. Our demons love each other, and we won't in each other's space overcome that, right? But I was his abuser in a lot of ways. And so in holding ourselves accountable as women, I had to realize that, like, yeah, he cheated on me and all this other fuck shit, right? But I emasculated that man at every fucking turn that I got, which is abusive. There were times, we probably had like 3 or 4 physical altercations, right? But I definitely was the instigator. I definitely punched this nigga in his throat into his motherfucking car window one time. Oh. Right. When I say I was the aggressor, I have to hold my shit accountable.
It's me now.
Right. Because, and I did this to Coco the other day. This is me healing out loud. If I'm going to ask this man to hold me accountable, protect me, and all this other shit, then I need to hold myself accountable and acknowledge when I can be the predator to him too. I had to say to this man recently, we've been broken up for over 10 years now. I had to say to him recently while we sitting at dinner, I apologize for all of this shit that I did to you. And he looked at me, and he don't know that I know that he teared up, but I saw his ass.
He probably thought she poisoned him. It's like, what this bitch doing?
Right, he like, what the fuck?
And he do one of these.
Right, he like, you want some dick? I would love some dick, just not from you, because we can't do that. But it's amazing. It's amazing that if I was in the right hit. Oh, God.
Toxic dick is the best dick.
No, bitch, it's Jamaican dick. Jamaican dick is a whole different breed of dick.
They're a whole nother
toxic.
They were born to fuck. That's what I learned.
Listen.
Okay. But I want a healthy one. So I had to hold myself accountable in order to release the both of us, for us both to continue on our healing journey. So I feel you. I understand.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm speaking as a former, I was abused as well, but thinking about the times when I was the abuser.
Hurt people. Because after I got abused, I started abusing other people. And I was very toxic. I lied, I cheated.
But do the press...
Smacked him a little bit.
Played the victim and shit. You ain't no fucking victim.
Exactly.
You're not the victim when you being the predator. And that's what I had to realize. Yes, there were times in my life when I was the victim when I didn't deserve it. But there are also times when I did shit, where I did shit that niggas didn't deserve. And so, if I'm going to ask you to give me $5, my nigga, at some point, I need to know what the fuck $5 look like.
Yep.
It's straight like that. It's straight like that.
I mean, I think you definitely should hold yourself accountable, but at the same time, what triggered it? Did it start with you?
Right.
Or did somebody say
it is levels to that shit. So while y'all might have fought, he might have started it, or you might have started it. It's still how did it really start? What was the real core of that fight? You get what I'm saying? Not I can tell you what started it. Not in a literal sense, but in the...
No, but I can tell you what it's because it's not what started it. It's what said and what went off in Regina's mind that said it's okay to punch a nigga. Yeah. Right. I can tell you what it was because I don't know what the fuck we was fussing about. Right. It was this right. It was this nigga is disrespecting me. Who the fuck do he think he is? I'm motherfucking G. Why? Because in my house I grew up with who the fuck do you think you are, bitch? You disrespecting me. I'm motherfucking T. Why?
So you carry that same energy.
Exactly. But like I said, relationships, you model that from what you see. Whether it, how you were in your household, your expectation of love always starts with the people who gave you life. And whether you grew up with them or not, whether it's your grandmother or uncles, whoever raised you, how they come in contact with other people is subconsciously you downloaded that information and say, all right, bet this is how my relationships are supposed to be. If you see your mother always getting beat up, you're gonna date somebody. You might not even realize that you automatically date somebody that's an abuser.
Like you said, they know what they can do. When you see they know. They just know. They just know.
They know.
So, yeah.
They know they can smell it. They can smell it on you.
Listen, we should write a book, y'all.
Sounds like we should be doing another.
Yes, exactly.
You said that this is definitely.
It's definitely going to be a part 2 because I think it's just so much that goes into it, and because we have come from 4 different lives but somehow we walk a path of the same shit. We've experienced the same shit. We've seen the same shit. We've grieved, we've cried, and it's so interesting about Black women, and that's what I love, is that somehow, although we are not related, you are a part of my bloodline. Right. And I'm connected to you. Even sitting here when I'm hearing your stories, like I literally can feel the chills in my body. And I'm like, although I don't know the actual situation that has taken place, but somehow I feel like I've experienced it.
Yeah. So when we were talking about before we talked about Sarah Bartman, like that made me think about that. You was like, we are part of her bloodline. You want to go ahead and talk about it?
Oh, Jesus. Okay. Well, in the 1800s, a lot of these guys who don't, or women, don't realize the way you fetishize about Black women started from colonizers, from the Dutch, actually. And so in the 1800s, they unfortunately took Sarah from South Africa.
Amongst other African Americans.
Yes. And she was considered a freak. She was considered abnormal because she had full breasts. She had a really small waist and a really, really fat ass. Does it sound like something you've seen on BET before? Yeah. You seen that on Kylie Jenner before?
See that shit walking down the street.
Yes.
It's all over Instagram in a different shade.
And people are paying thousands of dollars to have that. And but unfortunately, she was 18 at the time when she was taken away from her country. And so they were like, oh, I've never seen anything like this. Can I study you? They didn't ask. I just want you to know that I'm being facetious.
He said, I'm going to study you.
Okay. We're like, oh, we never seen this before. And so what they actually did, unfortunately, she was caged and she was put essentially for like a circus. And they had her next to the rhinos, caged, and she went from London, she went to France, she went to all these different places, and literally she would just stand there in the cage. She would literally just have her vagina covered, and these white people were just in pure amazement because of what she looked like. Let me tell you how bad I cried this morning. I cried this morning because there's black men right now who is looking at a black woman and can't even tell you why he feels the way he feels about her as far as fantasy is concerned. He can't even tell you why when he sees a big booty black woman, his dick gets hard. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what the white people did, okay, with Sarah. She was the first person who ever had herpes. Ever. This was in 1810. So not only was she living in inhumane circumstances, I'm pretty sure they raped her and brutally tortured her. And then, add insult to injury, when she died, unfortunately, they dissected her body and put her into jars for display as some type of freak show. Her life did not matter. Her body didn't matter. Mm-hmm. It was about her having this fascination, this fascination that white people have.
Why she was so thick.
Exactly. And all she was existing in her black skin. Mm-hmm. That's all she was doing. And they took her because she looked different.
Yeah, they said she died from smallpox, and she was 29 when she died. So that's about 10 years, basically.
Oh, it gets
of,
worse.
Torture.
They kept her body in jars for years. It took Nelson Mandela to call the people in Europe to get her remains so they can put her body at rest. The woman, this was in the 1800s. Her body was not laid to rest peacefully until 2002.
So imagine on a spiritual level, like not even ascending to your next level.
Ooh, I can't.
It's okay.
I was gonna say,
go ahead.
I can't.
Like, just because that's my work. Like,
yeah,
and
you're probably like the perfect person to speak on this.
I actually just communicated with the lost soul. And I mean, even the lost souls that I see here in Baltimore just walking around, it's an awful place to be in.
Yeah.
Because you're not home. You're not with your people.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get exactly where I was going with that.
You're not with your people. Mm-hmm. You're not with your family. You're not with them. You're literally lost walking around. Like, confused. Yeah. Confused. The confusion is beyond.
Imagine like coming here not knowing the language, not knowing anything, and just been. And at some point in 10 years, she had to get accustomed to that. Remember how
we centuries. We're talking centuries.
Right. Remember how we said in the beginning that black women are just like conditioned because this is what we see. Imagine her just like going, okay, it's that time, and she just go out, and she at some point she was okay with that.
Imagine when you take your child to Barnum and Bailey circus and you see a black naked woman in a fucking cage standing next to tigers, and you see them with whips and being chained to the cage and things of that nature. I just want you to visualize that. Imagine if you saw your grandmother that way. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you saw your mother that way. Mm-hmm. Imagine you seeing your daughter that way. Mm-hmm. And I want men to hear me very fucking clearly. When you visualize that, how does that make you feel?
Mm-hmm. You don't like it, do you?
So when you out here being disrespectful, when you out here telling lies and having sex with multiple women and not getting your shit together, and you passing on not only diseases but energy, and you not accepting it, a responsibility, and holding yourself accountable for your actions, think about that. Think about that shit. Think about our lineage and what the fuck we been through, and you sitting out here acting a damn ass because you want to bust a nut.
And she never had kids, right? She never had kids that we know record of.
No, she did have a child. He died shortly after.
Okay.
Shortly after
birth. She didn't even get a chance to have a lineage.
No, she didn't have a lineage.
Right.
And her husband was brutally murdered by the colonizers because they wanted. They call from Kofi, I believe that's what it's called. Mm-hmm. They want the Dutch wanted their land, so they murdered him and took her and her people.
And moment of silence for her.
I as I tear up and I get very emotional about it, it just makes me sick to my stomach when we operate from this space of, because we're busy, we feel away. I see you. You're beautiful. Let's have sex. Let's mate. Let's be primal. It's like, ooh, girl, I see you look good as shit. Girl, I want to take you home and knock the back door out that pussy. But the thing about that is how do you spiritually hold yourself accountable?
That's what I was.
How do you emotionally hold yourself accountable? Because if you know for a fact that you are not going to treat this person with love, respect, kindness the same way you want for yourself, why engage?
Why even engage?
Because sex really changes things.
Why engage?
Tell me that it doesn't.
Why engage? And I'm not, and for women as well. Like, I'm not just going to patronize the men, but stop letting these men fuck you. And you're left with them inside of you. You have a whole bunch of people. You think you have multiple personality disorder. No, you need some detox from the dick that's been inside of you.
Yeah.
But again, I think that, like, I feel like it kind of speaks to something that we were talking about earlier. When you go within yourself and you start realizing, like, actually, like, I don't want that anymore. When you start creating peace within yourself, and then that peace goes on the outside, you're not just gonna let anybody come and affect that peace.
You done created a portal, like,
exactly.
And now you know what you actually fighting for, protecting.
Exactly.
You actually know the value of that $5 that you asking for.
I know what it look like. I know what it feel like. I know what it spin like.
You feel me? I know how I can stretch it when I have to. But we as black women don't. We expect the world to afford it to us, and we not affording it to ourselves and each other. Because I tell my homegirls all the time, yo, put your pussy up. It's fine. It's okay. It ain't gonna go nowhere. Promise you. You asked over 30, it dries up if you using it wrong, okay?
I believe that.
No, seriously.
The pussy will go to sleep.
Seriously, it will.
The pussy will go to sleep.
I can't just randomly fuck niggas anymore. And again, like, I was not a hoe in these streets, but again, nigga, nigga, I got my nut. I'm a good fuck. However, now a good fuck is more about not how wet I get, how fucking good.
Cause nigga, the dick and all that.
Cause nigga, if you not up here,
you ain't getting down there.
You gonna think I'm trash, and I'm gonna let you walk around here and tell everybody I was bullshit. It wasn't me. It wasn't me, nigga. It was us. It was our connection. It was all.
Yes.
Yo, I finally bagged this nigga. I've been wanting to bag him for so long.
And it was bullshit.
Girl, wait till I ride to DC. I fucking damaged my car and some more shit, and I'm like, nigga, why?
Y'all wish I could see her.
No, because that's true, and that's what I be like. Oh, I do want to have sex with you, but I don't know. I don't know if you spiritually is you. I don't see no crystals. Your chakras is off. Your chakras is off. You look good though, but I know it's not gonna be good just off that.
Just look at the last 3 bitches you fucked. I can tell what you value.
What you already did.
Exactly.
Look, I can't have my pussy been where her pussy been. I don't even trust where she eat at.
No, did she? Are you drinking water? Did you drink some water today?
Are you cleansing? You're not drinking water because you smell like garlic. Get the fuck out of here. No, you're not going to gag me with this big ass semen, nigga. You're not going to destroy my fucking nut.
It's not clear.
And you want to know what? Like, I call it my whole face because I had like a year or 2 hours. Like I told you, I was trying to find sex, and
we all go through it.
Yeah, so
everybody deserves a whole phase.
They should have.
My whole phase was fun, and it was weird as fuck. But I wish that I would have like been in tune spiritually, like with myself and like the elevation of it. Because I swear to God, half the niggas that I fuck, like 95% of them.
Because I was gonna say, but don't beat yourself up about that. Because I'm very, very hard on myself, and I had a couple of whole faces. But the thing now is that I can't teach about
what I don't know.
I don't know. But now that I do know, when I talk to other black women or black girls, I can say, hey, these are the things that you shouldn't do. These are the things that I've experienced. These are the signs that you should watch out for. Love yourself. You are beautiful. You are smart. You are creative. Like, you matter. Your thoughts matter. Like, stop trying to silence black women when it comes to expressing their feelings and labeling it as crazy.
Or over-sexualizing themselves. Or
Stop saying that. Like, because you don't know what they've been through to get to that point. And if they're feeling somebody kind of way, especially children, let them speak their truth. Whether the perception is crazy or not, it's the fact that they feel that way to begin with, and that is the problem.
Why do they feel that way?
And why do they feel that way? You know, so you gotta allow us to speak, to feel, to heal, to grow. Don't chastise me because I say, like, look, I can tell Torri, like, bitch, I'm not going to have sex for 6 weeks. And I can be like, you know, I just had sex 2 days ago. So,
right.
But it's not, and it's not a place of judgment, but the question should be asked, like, was it worth it? And did you grow from this?
Exactly.
What did you learn from this? Because a lot of times we get into these friendships, it's like, oh my God, she's like, she's like sick, she's da. But the question is like, how was her mental, emotional space? Because that's what we really should be focused on. Not the act itself, but about her mental health.
Or, you know, feeling comfortable to, I guess, hold your friends accountable. Like, I don't want you to be my friend if you can't say, listen, bitch, Sorry, I'd be like, listen, Torri, bitch. No, listen. My bitch, I love you, but I gotta tell you what's real. I don't want you if you can't hold me accountable. So that go back to, you know, how we see each other as the enemy. Like, she can tell you, I was on my trip. When I text you, I love you, bitch. I love you, motherfucker. I said, I love you, motherfucker. But I send my friends stuff like, I need to tell you that I love you because we need to make that normal.
Yes, and I
normalize that, yo.
Yes,
right?
and I love y'all. You know, and I tell my friends all the time that I love them, but I want people to know that I love them as well. Whoever's listening to this, I love you. I love you as a human. You know, and we need to show that and stop allowing social media and movies and music to let you honestly believe that there's no such thing as Black sisterhood. You know, because when we walked into the studio, we was already connected. Right. You know,
I wish I could have saw it. Like, it was beautiful.
I think you got it recorded, right?
I got it. I said
it's recorded. So you'll see our Black love, but you know, when we walk into spaces, Black women, stop mean mugging.
Yeah,
like,
be
open-minded.
Just
Now, if the energy is
let
bad,
that baby go through her process, though.
That's true.
Because again, you don't know when it's worth it until you get to the other side of it. I would have probably Regina at 30 at the beginning of this journey would have ice grilled all y'all asses. Okay, on some straight like I'm here to do a job, nigga. You asked me to be here, right? And that's it. So again, you gotta, because it's not going to be worth it to her if you telling her it's worth it.
But I think something that is most important here is what I find is like, whichever stage that you're in, just know that I see you.
Yes. Absolutely.
I see you.
The real you.
And it don't come with
exactly,
else.
Exactly. So
else.
even if you are mean mugging me, that's fine. I'm fine with me. So that doesn't matter how you feel. It doesn't matter. But I see you, and I see your pain, and I'm gonna pray for you for your healing.
Yes, right. Yes,
I'm about to say that I met Sari through a friend, through a mutual friend, and I needed friends like that to put me in a space because my friend knew that I was like that. What? Like, no, like I don't be her fucking friend. Fuck, I need to be her friend. For what the fuck you want me to come and speak on some? I don't know this bitch. I don't want to talk to her. But my friend knew at a place that I was at that I would be able to handle it because she. Nell made a post. I'm like, hey, I'm doing what you call me. We looking for women. I'm like, okay, I'll do it. She was like, I'm about to hit you because I think that you would be interested in it. Like, I think you should do it. You need to be around some different women. And when I came and I did that documentary with her, it was just amazing because I gained some lifelong friends now. Like, so sometimes we do need. 2 years in now. Yeah, right. So I think that we do need for women to be like, no. Stop! I'm holding you accountable. What you tell that guy earlier? I'm indicting you. I'm indicting you. Yeah. I'm indicting you, sis, because I need you to like get it together because we ain't coming with that energy.
Yeah, no. Hold yourself accountable. Hold your people accountable and hold your community accountable.
Yes.
Because if there's no accountability, there's no expectation, and there's no change.
There's no growth. Yeah.
Right. And that's what we need, you know, and I want Black sisterhood to be a thing, you know. That was kind of like what inspired me to create this podcast in the first place. But as Torri knows, you know, when I walk into a space, I want to hear your story because we all have a story. Something changed us. There's some type of trauma. There's something that triggered us to be the women we are today. What is it? You know, and so I want us to love each other more. You know, I encourage Black women to tell some other Black women, hey, I love you, I see you, I'm here for you, I stand by you, I support you, and check in. And you know, this thing is checking on your strong friends. Check on all your friends because we don't know who's strong and who's weak. We don't know who is on their last end, and we don't know who's on their highest leg. So I'm not gonna make no judgment because I can't put no heaven or hell, and I can't do nothing for you. Yeah. So what you can do today is tell someone you love them, your mother, your father, anybody. I don't care. But for Black women especially, we have to love on each other more.
Out loud too. So
out
loud.
Don't do it silently.
So it's not fun or it's not exotic.
I cannot tell you how many like complete strangers I affirm. Go ahead, sis.
You better.
Yes, you better with the. I see you in the heels.
Okay. Like,
real quick.
I'm not to you not. Devin can tell you. I'm gonna say Devin can tell you, right? We was riding in our neighborhood. We was riding through the neighborhood, and it was dark. And this white girl, she was whining, but she was jogging and shit. So I said, "We gotta stop." We backed up. I was like, "Sis, you better when I see you."
Yes.
She was scared as shit though, cause you know, I'm like, "Sis, you better another one. I
did the
see.
same thing just walking from the market down Pulaski to North Avenue. I saw this girl. We saw each other. She running the track. I stopped, put my bags down, just watched her, just started clapping.
Yes.
And she started crying. She like, sis, I needed that. I was like,
See, you never know.
Right?
You
So
never
that's
know.
what I'm
saying.
Cheer for you.
You
Never
never, like I
know.
said, you never know when somebody's on their last leg. You never know, what type of mental health they're at. And, that one kind word, that one compliment, that one truth, that one gesture
like
can really save somebody.
I can only pay you in gratitude.
I'm going to say, right, so it came back and it makes so much sense now, right?
Full circle.
I'm going to say, so I guess we talk about so much, like, negative,
I feel like
heavy things. We gotta big up our women right now. Like,
yes, absolutely.
It's nothing. Have you ever walked past a black girl and did like the nod?
Yes.
This knee, like, especially with your hair, your natural hair flowing.
Yes.
And she like, okay, all right.
Yes, I see you, boo.
I
see you.
And you don't gotta say nothing. You just nod. And
Yes.
You don't gotta say nothing. You gotta do nothing.
Let me big up my sister then, because that's how I met Coco Alexis.
Okay.
So I was at my job, one of my many of whatever jobs or whatever, right? And so I'm outside fussing out a many other people that I love and support and nurture, right? And I mean, I'm on the phone down in downtown the harbor, right? So I'm on the phone, bitch, you not, and this motherfucker, and I open my eyes, I look up, and I see her and her daughter just sitting there with tarot cards on the goddamn just in the middle. It's September. It's no rhyme or reason why it's this warm. It's no rhyme or reason why it's this fucking clear. It's no rhyme or reason. It's no rhyme nor reason why the both of us. Yep, I'm the sage.
The sage.
It's no rhyme or reason why the both of us looked at each other at that moment. And in the middle of my conversation, I break the stride. I be back.
She sure did.
And I walk off, still cussing this nigga out because I'm focused, but I know where I'm supposed to be.
On.
And I came back and sat down and I said, I've been looking for somebody to read my cards, but niggas look at me like I'm crazy when I say this shit. And I didn't give her a moment to speak. Same energy, all the time, 100%. And I'm like, yeah, so this is what I need, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Now what you gonna do? And I sat there.
And she read your ass, didn't she?
Read me
For filth. Oh, baby.
For filth.
Oh, I know.
Y'all like yin and yang seem like.
Go filth for bitch. Fuck my head up. And I looked at it and I said, I do this shit to niggas and niggas don't do this shit to me. No homo. Can I get your phone number? Yeah. And she looked at me with tears in her eyes, because if I can make you cry, I know you tried.
You the Virgo,
if
right?
I can make you cry, I know you tried. She looked at me with tears in her eyes and she said, I was looking for the words to say it and I just didn't know how.
Yeah.
Oh,
because
that sounds just like Coco.
Because those were her exact words.
She was, and I guess this is a really this
is
a good story. I'm really glad that you're sharing this, because that was
She said in the beginning she gonna need some tissue.
I was crying.
I wasn't.
Because at the time I didn't have girlfriends.
Yeah.
I was like just kind of coming out of a breakup, and I didn't have girlfriends. I only had like a couple of girls, because I'm like, I don't like girls.
Yeah.
That was my sentiment for a long time.
That's
I
all
was like,
of
even
us.
through my 20s, like I don't like girls. But now here I am. I love black women. I love us.
Yes.
But she was my first friend where I could be like, yo, you my sister. You my sister friend. Like I tell her all the time.
Sisters, I grew up with all girls, so she was my sister.
Like so
I looked her in the eyes and saw me.
I'm not doing this with y'all. I'm not.
But it helped me. It helped me cultivate these relationships with women, with black women.
Yes.
I love seeing our sisterhood. I love seeing
it's needed.
Again. It is, and again, like being able to say less, because I've been there, and you don't have to say nothing else, because I understand, because I've been there, because I've experienced it, because I felt it.
Yeah.
And even if I didn't, I see you. I respect you going through that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's like I said, like I think Black sisterhood is something that we need to not only just embrace but normalize. It needs to be seen. It needs to be rapped about, sang about, wrote about, all of it. Like I think we're getting into that space, but we still, like, once again, we have a lot of unlearning to do. We have a lot of, we have to rethink, we have to retrain, we just have to unpack, and we have to unpack and then pack, unpack and then pack. Packing with the good shit,
okay. And knowing that's because I think a lot of times we look through things, we feel like sometimes, I guess, like when you was coming into and me coming into like who I feel like I need to be, I didn't want to change because I felt like I was crazy or I wasn't right as a person. But no, it's okay to not be okay, and it's okay to fix some shit. If you want to be one way for a week and you feel like, no, that ain't working for me, the next week, that is okay. That's perfectly fine. You are on your own journey. We can't, pave that for you.
And I think what makes it easier for us as Black women is to forgive ourselves. those moments too. Don't hold yourself accountable, but forgive yourself. Forgive yourself for when you fell short, because you ain't no fucking better. You know how many times I bought a dress with $5 and I needed to eat? I didn't understand the value.
Yes.
Now I know that I can spend $2.50 and eat for a week and a half. And get that blunt that I need. I know.
You have to trust that $5.
Exactly.
I got the roll. I got blunt. You got weed. My name Regina.
So I just want to thank each and every one of y'all for coming and sharing your stories and sharing your truth. I know it's not the easiest thing to be vulnerable in front of people you know and don't know, but we need this space. We need these opportunities to be able to speak truth in light and positivity and pain and trauma to one another. And I say this to Black women especially, like, you're not alone. Don't ever think that whatever you're going through, you are the only one, because you are not. There is somebody out there who is crying the same tears you are too. They are going through the same shit you are too. So I just want to thank each and every one of y'all. I appreciate y'all.
Yes.
So now for our Ask 3. This question might piss y'all off.
Okay.
Jason asks, how do you respect the Black woman who is always half-dressed and posting thirst traps on social media? How are men supposed to know they don't want sex when that's what they're advertising?
GGG. We tapping you in.
Oh, all right. I was going to try to sit this one out.
I was going to say, because I'm like, first off.
So how do you, hold on. So how do you do it, nigga? You just
Check yourself.
do. So here's the thing, right? If you in the 30s, your mama was fucking and freaking it, popping that pussy for Luke, as we said earlier, right? So again, nigga, you wasn't here through the virtue of Mary, right? Your father got his dick hard because of your mama. None of that has anything to do with respecting this woman. It has nothing to do with who and what she is as a person. Nigga, you know how many times I walk out the house butt-ass naked and I can read you for filth? My nigga, I have the Constitution in my bag right now. And I could tell it to you from the 1st to the 27th Amendment. My nigga, I've debated all up and down the motherfucking East Coast award winning. Check me, okay? Also, I taught niggas how to debate across the motherfucking pond, all right? That ain't got shit to do with my titties being out. It's hot.
Yeah, it's hot. That's
It's hot.
It's hot.
So, if you really want to take it a step further, you can go to her, because women are real as shit, and be like, yo, you made my dick hard. Like, let me at least find out who and what you are. Past this motherfucking big ass.
Right.
And you'd be surprised how she handled that conversation. Because if she nothing but pussy, she'll tell you when she opens her mouth. Because y'all niggas don't realize how much y'all talk yourselves out of pussy too. Because you opened your mouth. So the answer to your question, my nigga, is to ask me how to respect me, and I'll tell you. Otherwise, just take your hard dick and say thank you that I ain't asked for $5.
What did you want to say? I'm sorry.
My dream is to be able to walk around in shorts and a bikini bra.
And
Dude.
Like, because it's hot.
Right.
Because it's hot. Like, it's hot. I'm hot.
Hot titties is horrible.
They are. And I just want to be comfortable. But without feeling like, wow, I can't wear this today because I don't want nobody to look at me today. I don't want nobody to say nothing. But this is what I want to wear. And I don't want to be sexualized. I just like, just because your thighs is out, I'm not be like, ooh, like you probably got some good dick because your thighs is out. Like, I see them gray shorts.
Yeah.
I see you.
I'm about to say, can we sexualize men?
I'm about to say,
but I do.
That would,
but
okay,
you know what?
I do.
What, you know what's annoying? They like it.
Exactly.
So it don't work.
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
They do.
That doesn't work.
No, it
so what
do.
I like to do is tell
do
them
it more. You gotta have big.
So this is
energy.
what exactly. So this is what this is what I do. I tell them, listen, I'm gonna fuck you on my sofa because you don't deserve to fuck in my bed.
That's how you have bigger dick energy. That's how you have big energy.
So when we're done, and then I'm gonna ask you to leave.
Girl, hold on.
I'm done, and I'm gonna go to my bed.
Y'all heard me earlier say I fucked this nigga who was a notch on my belt. Right?
Exactly.
Like, nigga, okay, you got the pussy, but I got the dick. Now what?
Now what?
The fuck?
What were you about to say?
The fuck is you saying, nigga? Acting like you the prize. All you did was in and out, nigga, without wet,
I just think that
without moisture, without a nigga, you felt that. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. It's
you know,
I'm living.
You just
you ain't saying nothing that ain't true. But I just think that, like she said, you know what? I don't know.
Yes, you do.
Because I really just feel like you making an ass out of yourself when you assume shit about people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like you said, you talk yourself out of pussy. You just made an ass out of yourself by judging this woman. Like she's probably really fucking educated and knowing that she made this OnlyFans to pay her motherfucking college tuition, like a lot of strippers have done over the years.
Yes.
But you know what I'm saying? They can hold an intellectual conversation. I think that's the question that you need to ask yourself. You need to check yourself and how you deal with your sexuality and your sexual trauma and your sexual demons. That ain't nothing that she got to do. I don't feel like women should have to worry about, how they look in that sense for somebody to respect them. That's a conversation that you need to have with yourself.
Mm-hmm. I think, for me, the irony of all of this is that you want women to be quiet and respectable and clothed and quiet, but you want a nasty freak jump off bitch in the bed that's giving you monster head and baby. It doesn't work that way, and I think when we talk about sexual liberation, it's always based to the male's perspective.
Yes.
It's never to the woman's perspective. A woman should be allowed to wear whatever the fuck she wants. She should be able to wear a bra or not wear a bra. You see a little bit of nipple or no nipple. If my pants drop down, you might get a little booty crack, you might get a little thong, whatever. But I think once again, we are in this culture where women are not allowed to have real freedom. And it's all about how the man looks at us, but not how we look at ourselves. And so your level of respect for me shouldn't even be worried about my clothes. Your respect for me should be about my character, who I am, how I think, where's my moral compass. That's where it is. If I decide to wear a bikini and I post it, I got a couple of thirst traps, okay, and I look good as shit. But it doesn't mean that she's open, or she posted this picture and I can see her butt. That means I should put my dick in it.
Yeah, I can sign her DM now.
Right, that means I can sign in your DMs and be like, well, you posted that picture, so that's why I'm here.
Exactly.
Wait, what?
And please, people, I do not want any more dick pictures. And
that to me is just the unsolicited dick pics.
Unsolicited dick pics.
First off, it's sexual harassment.
Guys,
it is sexual harassment.
I need y'all to stop.
Guys,
you don't send those to our friends. People? I'm about to say
we send those to our friends. We have a whole group chat. We send them to our friends.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't. The thing about that, what I'm trying to say is that when we show our bodies, it's not even for the audience. It's for us, stepping into our own beauty, into our own right. And so when you do something like that, just because I'm in a robe or something like that, or I do a little twerking with my friends because I'm having a good time, does not mean that I want to fuck you. Yeah. Now, if I come to you,
then
and I ask for it, then please be nice and send it to me. I won't. So don't get happy. I won't.
So that's the answer to Jason's question.
I'll ask.
Jason, to answer your question, if she ain't asking you, she don't want it.
Exactly.
That's it.
But when it comes to respect, though, I think we look at holes, and I'm saying that in air quotes, as to be devalued and purposeless. And that's why when it comes to escorts or OnlyFans or prostitutes, we don't care about when they get killed, because their life doesn't matter, because they decide to live a sexual lifestyle. But it doesn't matter. Your life matters. It doesn't matter if you having sex or not. Your value doesn't come from your pussy. It comes from your character. It comes from what you believe in and what you stand for. And we have to stop thinking like that. We have to stop thinking like that. So, Jason, to answer your question, the respect, give it to her, one, because she's a human being. She walks earth. She has life. She carried life. The reason why you have a life is because you came from one. Do I need to explain anything else?
Nope.
No. Okay. Mic drop.
That's
it.
Yeah, I think a lot of these men don't get it, the disrespect, and it's like,
simple.
How you feel about your mama?
Yeah, how you feel about your sister?
How you feel about your sister?
They don't like them. Your grandmother.
Either. They don't like them either.
But
for
I'm about to say,
they don't.
even if, because I'm gonna say that, because my nephews, I have, like you said about your brothers, my nephews, we grew up like we were siblings. Well, we were basically, and it's like, yo, you would have thought that. I mean, my sister didn't do the best job, but it's like, yo, you grew up with your mother, your sister, your aunt, your great aunt, your grandmother. How the fuck don't you know how to treat women? Like, how don't you But then go ahead.
But when, like I said earlier, when you are at war with yourself, you know what the enemy looks like because it looks just like you. And
it being coming from home.
It comes from you. There's a lot of black guys right now that says, "Oh, I only date white women." Really? Why? Because you think you don't want a black woman to hold you accountable. You don't want a woman to call you out on your lazy ass shit. You don't want a woman that's going to step you up and put you in a platform of greatness because you are king. But you want to be a peasant. So you accept low level shit because you don't want nobody to challenge your manhood. You don't want to be challenged. You don't want to be pushed. You don't want to be valued the way you think you're supposed to have. But you think submissiveness and being nice and getting cucumber sandwiches with the crust cut off and somebody telling you yes all the time speaks to your manhood, and it doesn't.
What if his first hug he ever received as a young boy was from his white teacher?
That's very true.
So that's some shit that we as black women need to acknowledge. That's something that me and my brother had to sit down and say to my mother, like, his wife is not black fully, right? And I'm not mad at it. She identifies herself as a black woman, but I had to think about why he's looking for women my complexion and lighter, because everything darker reminds him of his mother. And the catch-22 is he want every woman that he's with to be as hard as his mother because he still loves her because it's his mother.
Because that's still home.
Right. So he probably only dates white women. When I hear black men say that, I'm like, well who your mama? What'd she do?
Exactly.
Who raised you? Where your grandmama at?
Yeah.
Do you got aunts? Who your sisters? Because them bitches fucked you up. It wasn't the bitch that you fucked the first time.
No.
Them hoes fucked you up.
You're right.
Them hoes. And so being one of those bitches who was fucking my brothers up, I had to stop.
Yeah.
And I had to stop fucking myself up. Because it was when my brother sat down and looked at me and was like, I know you don't love yourself because of the way that you carry yourself.
That's what
as
I
a man
wanted to
can look
speak
at
on.
you and say,
like,
that's what I wanted to speak on.
And I wanted to fight him tooth and nail because I was like, who the fuck do you think you are talking to me like that? But I thank him because at 29, when I'm living in his house, he held me accountable. I cried my fucking ass to sleep. I ain't talked to his ass for like 2 fucking weeks, living in his house with his wife and his kid. I was mad because he was right. And now, when the shoe's on the other foot, and I'm looking at him like, I can tell you don't love yourself because of the way that you treat the motherfuckers around you. Because that's what men do, right? If women plant the seeds, y'all water it. That means the shit around it needs you, my nigga.
Exactly.
But again, that's why I said at the time, I live congruently. Everything I said at the start is what comes through at the end.
Yes.
It's the way we treat ourselves and them and what they give us.
Always gotta go back to self.
It always starts with us. What were you about to say, Coco?
I was going to say that it starts with self. I mean, even when I think about my daughter, I'm like, I ain't going to stop her from saying, I got to change my diet for my period. Like, I'm not going to. I want her to do that. But it's like all of my practices and all of my rituals and things I want her to see, I want her to be a part of in some way, form, or fashion, so she could say, even if she ain't going to grasp it right then and there, even if she ain't going to get it right then and there, she already like, well, matter of fact, what my mother do when she was upset? What she do? Let me remember. Let me go back. But it's like that show exactly. Like, let me get this age. But exactly. So it's just like, if I have a son, like, I want him to see, like, no, my mom respects herself because she does these things.
Yes.
She doesn't tolerate certain things because she respects herself. So they sure will every single time.
Listen, I told my son I was going to go the hard way. Like, if I wear a bathing suit, Mom, where you going at? I'm going to the pool. And that, I'm like, what you mean put a fucking long shirt on? Yeah, put a long shirt on, some pants. And I told him I was going to a lingerie party yesterday. I didn't go because I ain't going to lie. He low-key, he ain't say nothing. He was like, what you going to wear? Underwear? Like, you going to wear it outside? And I'm just like...
But having those conversations with your children are so important.
Absolutely.
And the thing, like, to go back to Jason's point, when it comes to respect, when it comes to nudity, because we unfortunately, all of us have been in such horrible and perverse situations that the way we looked at sexuality is skewed. Sexuality is supposed to represent freedom. It's supposed to represent liberation. It's supposed to reveal identity, life, feminine energy, like everything that encompasses like biology, Mother Nature, all good things. But because it has been perverse, it has been diluted with so much negative and nasty stuff that we're not even able to look at sexuality in a space that we need to.
Where it's healthy.
Right, exactly, healthiness. And so when we think about nudity, you automatically think sex.
Well, let's talk about that now, right?
Right.
Because if we're talking about black women, and we got to go back, right, to the motherland.
Yep.
When you go there, it's hot. Like,
it's hot as shit.
It's hot as shit. But they don't wear as hot. But you don't see their men like, oh yeah, I'm about to get her, and I'm about to get this one, and I'm about to get that one.
You want to know what's funny? They have ceremonies where women pick the men.
Exactly.
Yes.
Yes.
Like, which is weird. Like, not weird, but it's like it's almost
different.
taboo to us because we don't see that. Like, but they have ceremonies where the men have to, in tribe, they have to dress up, paint their faces, get their hair done, make funny faces. I forget what tribe it is though, but they make funny faces. They stand in line. And
it's animalistic because animals do the same thing.
Exactly.
Animals have to do all of this to like. I want you to see me. I want you to.
I wish we could get back to that. Like men,
like Coco was saying, like you know, different countries in Africa, like. They not pressed. Yeah. They see naked women all the time. They're like, oh, that's Sugar over there. Oh, hey, baby, you got some bread or something. You know, I'm going to come over there. It's not going to be like, oh, my goodness, she got the titties out. Oh, I'm going to be fat.
I got one for you. Oh, she breastfeeding.
It's because everybody
focused
on their job. Everybody got shit to do. Right.
Yes. When people live in harmony, it would be different.
Right. Those men are free to go to work, do what the fuck they got to do. Oh, hey, naked lady.
And on top of that, they have
conversations.
They have polygamous relationships and stuff. So there's not even nothing exciting for you.
They know it's going
but
to order themselves.
they respect the entity of a woman.
Yes. Right.
So seeing her naked does not entice him. So that means she has to do something. Yeah. She has to do something for him in order for him to be aroused. So that maybe her conversation, maybe the way she dressed, maybe it's the way she cooks. But off site, he's not looking at her body because nudity there is so common that it doesn't do anything. Yeah. And even in their most primal nature, which is nudity, right? Because that's how we come into this world.
Right.
They don't care. It's who you are that matters. And so when it comes to us in the United States where we just trifling pieces of shit, it's like we don't understand the concept of being naked does not mean sex. They don't. It's not the same.
I think that's why it bothers me when I see like Just Hilarious. I think she took a photo with her son.
Yes,
and they were they were nude. You know, and I've done that. I have a photo like that with my daughter as well.
Yeah.
And they made a big deal.
Immediately sexualized it.
Yes.
Immediately. And I'm just like, now you're talking about a child. Yeah. Like, come on.
But the people that were commenting were rape victims. It comes from their own trauma. They can't see it clearly because they never had that opportunity because it was taken away from them.
And then not giving themselves the moment like I did with your daughter to step back and be like, oh no, this is my shit.
Right.
It's not
exactly.
Her.
It's not
it's
them.
Me.
It's me.
This triggered me. Well, why did this trigger me?
Exactly.
Oh, let me write in my journal.
Let me call my therapist.
Right.
And unpack this
We
shit.
need to unpack this.
We need to unpack all this shit.
Self-accountability.
Yes. And I think that's how we break curses, right? This is how we become better people. This is how we evolve. And like I said, like this conversation is gonna make some people very upset. I know my family listens to my show.
It's with good intent, guys.
But this is great because we can't let this bad shit fester any more. We have to stop this shit. We have to hold people accountable for their actions, whether it's being outside like we're talking about or we're talking about inside the kitchen. Either way, it's a war. And they both need to be fought. And the goodness of it, positivity, love, and peace needs to win. Because if we let anything else prosper, we're going to... It's just going to be bad for both parties. You know, and it's not just us sitting here at the table, it's the generations to come after us. So and we have to think about that. Every action that we make is a reaction to what's going to happen in the future for our kids and our great-grandkids and everything else. So when you make a decision, make sure, like, how do I want my lineage to be handled? Yes. Am I passing on things that I want my kids to have in the future? Am I passing on love? Am I passing on wealth? Am I passing on positivity? If you're not passing on those things, you need to see somebody. Yes. It's time for you to replant. It's time for you to re-fucking plant.
And know that it is okay to have peace, it's okay to not live in chaos.
Yes,
because
I
heard you in the
think-
back. You gotta say
say
that
that
one more
again.
time. I don't think they heard you over there. You know the east side is weird. Say it a little louder, a little louder. Say it one more again.
All I said was, it's okay to not want to be in chaos. It's okay to have peace.
Yes.
Please give yourself permission to have
be-
peace.
Yes. And I know peace sounds
weird.
yes.
Right.
Yeah, taboo. Not
Or
even say weird, taboo.
Scary.
Peace is the scary.
Girl, listen.
Girl, I have peace now, and I don't know what to do. Okay,
Listen, I have an altar set up in my house, right? So
Yes,
it's my
Lord.
grandmother,
Oh,
it's my grandmother, my aunt, my stepfather, her brother is up there, and my nephew. And I swear to God, like I'm in these groups and they be like, well, my ancestors don't like this, and they be doing all this crazy shit in my house. So I had to have a talk with them. Like, listen, are y'all good? Like, can y'all let me know? Like, I need y'all to show me your present. Like, is this a sign that y'all all good? Because they spoil you. They got watermelons. My father got some eggs from the microwave that he like. They got their own waters. They got
Yeah, she
jewelry.
said feed them. I feed them.
Yes,
I
you
did.
gotta
They
feed
got.
'em.
I got a knife up there and all
Look,
that.
that's
They
reminding me. I need to go feed mine.
go, come on, because okay. So listen, right. So I had this talk with them, and I'm just like, yo, y'all gotta let me know something because I just listen. It's too peaceful in this motherfucker. Like y'all is too nice to me in here. I got too much
Shake the
peace in
table.
here.
Shake the table.
Exactly.
So I made my stepfather some eggs. He like them in the microwave, some old shit. I guess some Virginia shit. But I put them down. Hey, this is my offering to you. I just want to thank you for protecting me and bringing peace into my home. I lied to you, not like in the afternoon. I have a book bag on my wall. And if you see my room on my stories, there's 3 book bags on my wall. One of them just fell off. And I was like, oh. I was scared at first. And I was like, what the fuck? I'm like, oh, okay, all right, thank you. Hey, all right, I see you. All right, that was you.
Right. Is
And
this
I
a
had
good
to-
enough sign?
But I had to acknowledge him, like, you know what? Okay,
Yeah.
it's okay to have peace in the house. That's what I got that altar set up for.
Yes.
For them to bring me peace.
I know my father is living with me in my house, and I know how weird that sounds.
Okay, how
I
you
can
know?
Feel
'Cause-
his
all right,
presence.
yeah.
I can feel
This is my type
him.
of shit, like.
I can feel his presence, and like he came to me about a year ago. And he kind of told me it's okay. It's okay to be okay.
It's okay
right.
to be okay.
It's okay.
It's okay to have peace, baby.
Right.
That's what I'm here from, your angel now.
And it was right.
Got you.
And he said that to me. I got you. I got everything you want, as I was supposed to. Relax.
Yeah.
Relax.
That shit it's taboo.
And I know it's him because every time I want to fight being calm, right? Every time I want to invite some bullshit, because it's all my family for me, because I haven't created my branches yet. So it's all the shit that he knew, right? He
know
stop
the
it.
fight.
He stop it.
yeah.
He be like, sit your ass down.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere, you be like, you know what? This ain't even for me. Trying
yeah.
to figure out why you so calm and shit.
Listen.
Look, and he be like,
He didn't brushed up on you and shit. Like,
Let me tell you about this quarantine. The
Yes,
one thing
Lord.
I can say about this quarantine is that being still is important.
Yes, absolutely.
Stillness is what creates your peace.
Yes.
And if you cannot stay still, you don't have peace. You want an example of that? When you can't stay still, when you can't be in your own space, when you can't be in your own feelings, when you can't be in your right mind, you don't have peace. You are a chaotic mess.
I can't.
You are
gotta-
spiritually you deprived. You probably are very dehydrated. You need to water yourself immediately.
Immediately.
And I have to add to what she's saying. You have to figure out what that means to you.
Exactly.
Because
Exactly.
Sari's peace is not my peace. Or
Yes.
her coping mechanisms are not mine.
Absolutely.
Coco's is not. GGG's is not mine. You feel me? You got to figure out what works for you.
Yes.
And it's
Yes.
okay. It's okay.
Yes.
It's
And don't and be afraid, but go through that fear.
Yes.
do that shit.
Walk through that fear.
as Jay said, don't run from the pain, run towards it.
Yes. Because that's what gets you through. And whatever you are fighting right now, I know I'm speaking to somebody right now, whatever you are fighting right now, if you quit right now, you'll never know what it's like to be on the other side. And you will
speaking to
still
me.
be fighting.
Yes.
You are still going to be fighting. You see the light, go towards it.
Go towards
Because
it.
if you go the other way, you already know what that's like.
Because so many people don't see a light, baby.
Yeah.
They don't see a light, baby.
They
if
don't.
if you blessed enough to see a light, no matter how small, no matter how
Walk
much of a
towards it.
flicker.
Walk towards that
please,
motherfucker.
please.
I know what that look
please,
like.
Please
I
walk
do
to
too.
it. Please walk to it. I swear to God, this might be that little flicker that you was looking for. Please hold on.
hold on.
Please hold on.
So much work happens when solitude is created.
Come
Because
on.
I told myself, I said, you know what? I just got, because again, even it's kind of speaking to what you said earlier about the fact that like I can't ask for anything if I don't have it.
Yeah.
Nope.
If I don't have it, then how am I going to ask somebody else?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I had to sit with myself and be with myself. And again, I love my solitude now. I love my solitude.
Now you want your peace disrupted.
Book bag.
But now you protect your peace at any cost.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And you know how to reach it.
Exactly. Even if
what's going on.
exactly, because again, obstacles and challenges, and I tell my clients this all the time. Obstacles and challenges will always come. You can't avoid that shit. But to be able to get back to your peace,
we turn to the breath. That's my mantra.
Exactly.
It's a superpower.
I'm gonna just say my quote. We're gonna wrap this up, but I forgot who this is by, but they said, pain. You can't stop pain, but suffering is optional.
Yeah.
So if you are suffering, that is your choice. We can't stop pain. I stub my toe every day somehow, some way. There's a piece of my body that gets hit by something. You know, somebody might call me and say something that triggers the hell out of me. I can't stop that. My mom might say something that pissed me right the hell off. In 2 seconds, she got power. I'm telling you. But how I choose to deal with that energy is my choice. How I deal with things that approaches me is my choice. I have the power to say, not today, Satan. Just not, no. I can meditate. I can count to 10. I can look at a Bible scripture. I can phone a friend. But if I know that my peace is going to be disrupted, I know I have the power to say, I'm not going to let this bother me, but let me take some time for myself to not only calm down, but to evaluate. Because sometimes I know when people are approaching me, I know they're coming from a hurt place and they're lashing out. So instead of me lashing out to add more fuel to the fire, I just simply say, be blessed. Have a great day. Or I might not say anything at all. Or I might say, hey, it's not a good time to talk to me right now. Can we talk about this maybe tomorrow or the end of the week or something like that? But give yourself time to know how to deal with situations so your peace will not be shattered. Because how you deal with that is on you. But you want to make sure you don't lose it to where it's unattainable anymore. If you lose touch of it, that's fine. But you had to find the power to say, I need to bring this shit back. So once again, I want to thank everyone for coming today. From our words of wisdom this week, it's actually going to be a poem from Crystal Valentine and Aliyah Jihad. The poem is called Black and Woman and Alive. Hold your purses and grab a tissue. See you guys next week.
I'm just saying, if she ain't got a booty, I ain't trying to hit it.
You know a nigga's biggest weakness is a white girl with a fat ass.
These black girls need to watch out, because white girls is winning.
Nah, like a foreign bitch, that Spanish, that Latin type.
Nah, like that Asian type.
Yeah, like a Oriental mixed bitch.
Daddy from the Philippines, mama from Atlantic, mama from Africa.
Mama from sugarcane and segregation, from too much pride and not enough perm.
Mama from the gutter, from Section 8, from hood rat black belly.
But she don't look like her mama, though. I don't fuck with black girls. I know 4 brands of hydrocortisone by heart. I have a Pinterest board dedicated to lemon juice recipes for lightening skin.
No, too dark is the answer to a question I've given up asking.
Puerto Rican,
Italian,
Bayesian,
Thai.
I know they want me to be everything I'm not.
I need a girl who knows her place. I don't like that black power shit, that nappy afro shit, that walk out your house like your mama ain't teach you how to look presentable shit. To be woman and black is to be born knowing your beauty does not belong to you.
Is to be the first and last person to love yourself.
Is to know you're not desirable to your own kind.
I grew up learning how to protect men who hate me.
Learned how to be the silencer to their pistol.
Learned how to be the revolution spit shining their spines. Behind every great man is the woman who taught him how to load the ammunition.
Behind every great man is the woman who pulled the trigger. Behind every great man is a chorus of voices buried beneath the gunfire. I want an educated woman. I'm not talking book smart. I'm talking sheet smart. A woman who understands the actual purpose of her mouth In college, a boy said he didn't date black girls.
Like his mama wasn't a black girl.
Like his sister wasn't a black girl. Like he ain't drink milk and fat off a black nipple.
Like he wasn't birthed from a black womb.
Like a black woman's body ain't been for him.
Ain't spill herself to make room for him.
Like exiting a black woman's body ain't a blessing disguised as a shadow.
Like black ain't beautiful unless it's mixed.
To be woman and black is to be magic.
Is to be the witch that wouldn't burn.
Is to survive the white men with their needles and nooses.
And the black men with their hearts in their knuckles.
To be black and woman and alive is to be resilient. My very existence is defiance.
But they want a good woman.
A silk-skinned woman soft enough to break.
A woman whose vein is blue enough to get into the club. Who knows her way around the inside of a washing machine.
Who's the color of happily ever after. A woman who knows how to burn off her skin without screaming. Without making a sound.